Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Eastbound and Chell, a special edition, All-Star edition of Eastbound and Chell for the AHL, LG. We're going to be broadcasting the LGAHL All-Star games today. There's going to be a series of 3 games. We're going to have the Western Pacific versus the Western Central, and the Eastern Atlantic versus the Eastern North. The winner of those 2 games will advance to the final, and the loser of those 2 games will advance to a loser bracket. We're going to be starting off with the west side today, with the Western Central versus the Western Pacific. Sunshine is here with me. Pod Diddy will be joining us later, but we'd like to welcome everybody to the show. We're going to go over the lineups for your All-Star game. And from the Western Pacific, we're going to have Jersey Devils starting at left wing, Cox 2564 starting at center, Sabu Rise again starting at right wing, M. Hogan 5 starting at left D, Rico Suave TOS at right D, and Glax is going to be your starting goaltender for the play-in game. For the Western Central, Primetime Fresh is going to be your starting left wing. Braden is going to be your starting center. Philip Zadina is going to be your starting right winger. Leet Rixor is going to be your starting left D. Midnight Reaper 84 is going to be your starting right D. And Party 01 is going to be your starting goalie. So everybody, welcome to the show. And Sunshine is here with me. He's trying to scarf some food in his mouth at the moment.
Big facts.
Prior to this big 3-hour session we got going on. We're going to be on for about 3 hours, boys, so get ready. In between the games, we're going to give you a little bit of our regular show that we can squeeze in there, just to give everybody a rundown of what happened in LGAHL this week. But in the meantime, we're going to be hopping into the game here shortly, and it looks like we've matched up. And it's exciting. So the winner of this game is going to play for the All-Star Final against the winner of the Eastern teams. And we're gonna get into it. How you feel about it, Sunshine? Good talk.
Yeah, man. I told you I'd be a little slow. It's all right. I'm here.
It's
No,
the
I'm
weekend.
pretty excited.
It's the
Yeah,
weekend. I understand. It's a little different. You know how tough it was to organize everybody's availabilities for this game. It was insane.
ridiculous. Absolutely
Insane.
ridiculous.
So that's why you'll see there are some ECUs for all the teams. That was due to lack of availability. We did the best we could to bring everybody together, and that's where we stand. So it looks
Well,
we're in. Just so everybody's aware, the Eastern Pacific is going to be represented by the San Jose Barracuda, and Western Pacific
boo.
and the Western Central is going to be represented by the Manitoba Moose. The teams were selected by the GMs of each team. The game starts out relatively slow, with San Jose controlling possession. Uh, Throws it back to the point, pass to the corner, and that's really good defense. Oh, a miss on a 1T. Nice defense by the right D to get a stick on that before, because he had a wide open net. Uh,
Yeah, Manitoba or the Eastern, the Eastern Central,
Western Central.
Western Central. I'm just gonna call them Manitoba for the sake of being easy.
There you go.
Uh, they definitely look like they maybe got a warm up game before. Now they are absolutely dominating. Really.
Yes. But San Jose's not breaking yet, and they found a way to break out. And uh, Jersey Devil gets in and gets a shot. Uh, it's really good. All these guys get a chance to make the All-Star team and showcase their talents with guys from a bunch of different teams. So it's pretty cool to see. Uh, I, for one, enjoyed it last season. Sunshine, you been in an All-Star game yet? Oh, and we get a goal from Jersey Devils. Western
There we go.
Pacific takes the lead 1-0. How's that make you
That one
feel,
was just a
Sunshine?
little bit greasy.
How's it?
I feel fine.
uh,
That's my boy. I love him to death. Ask
little
Syracuse how he's doing.
little back talk. What do we call it? Uh, Insider info. Jersey Devil was traded by Sunshine to where did he go to?
Syracuse.
Syracuse this past right at the trade deadline.
Yep.
So uh, you know that's always tough to lose a good player like that. But he was replaced by Down South Killer, who's done fairly decent for Sunshine this past week.
Yep. Not so bad. We'll see how it goes. Too
Uh,
early to call winners and losers, you know.
yeah, and the Western Pacific seems to have gotten their legs under them. Oh, Jersey takes a bad pin right there. Uh, so it looks like Western Central is going to go on the power play once the Pacific touches the puck, which is now.
A bit of a characteristic from Jersey this year is penalty numbers are way up from last.
They're super high, aren't they?
Got to be close to the top, I would assume, honestly.
Yeah, I was checking that out earlier. Me and my Pims, and I think he was up there. I think he's above me, uh, which is saying something. Uh, so Western Central's on the power play with a big 1T off the face-off from Leet Rixor, and Western Pacific's able to clear the zone. Little L2 action, not something we've seen before, so that's something new, right? Uh,
I've never,
pass
no idea how you even do that.
pass back to the D with a shot that's unsuccessful, and the Pacific's able to clear again. So Western Central is looking to get into the zone. Uh, Looked like Braden was trying to do it all by himself and loses the puck just as he crosses the blue line.
Yeah, bit of an ambitious take there, honestly.
So, oh, what a save by Glax! Spread eagle stops the shot right by the post. That was a beautiful save.
Yeah, hey, there's one goalie out here showing why he deserves to be here.
Exactly. Um, Another clear by Western Pacific. Uh, just a side note, Western Pacific has a defenseman who happens to be my new D partner and who is amazeballs. M. Hogan, shout out to you, brother. Uh, but it looks like the Pacific was able to kill the penalty, and now they're going to go back on the offensive, but unable to break that neutral zone trap that uh, the Central was putting up. Not too bad for guys who haven't played together all season.
No, like I said, man, it's definitely the trap here, like you were saying, it's pretty good for a group of guys who just kind of rolled up.
Oh, we got a 4-on-1, and oh, he's stopped by the goalie. 4-on-1, he decided to do it all by himself.
You know, he's got the QC controller, no R2, but 3 right sticks.
But I guess he was trying to take the stage here in the All-Star game. Can't blame him, right?
I can definitely blame him if they lose this game by 1.
Oh, no, I guess so. But they're ahead by 1. An interception in their own zone. Central turns it over, but they will get a clear off of Pacific stick. And the Pacific are trying to come back out, but another neutral zone turnover leads to a Central possession. And trying to break the neutral zone, but they're having a difficult time getting through the Pacific as well. So really defensive play we're seeing from the Pacific and
Shitter
offensive
season.
for that matter.
Uh,
I don't know what Jersey was trying to poke at there, but the whistle had blown,
I
bro.
mean, if there's a pair of skates, man, he needs to take more penalties. He needs to beat you. That's a fact.
And, oh, how does he miss a wide open net like that?
That's
Sabu
rough.
Rise again had about 10 feet to shoot that puck, and he shot it 13 feet to the right.
Yeah, I think Glax might have been able to score that one, man. Holy.
Hate to see it. Uh, but that's the end of 1. We have Western Pacific up by 1, and the Western Central looks to maybe have a better second period, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they started off well, but then once that first goal went in, it kind of just went downhill for them rather quickly.
And hopefully we'll get a chance to check in on the Eastern game that is starting very soon. So you'll see us switch every once in a while. Eastern game started 10 minutes behind the Western game. So as soon as that game is live, we'll be going to it. And as we wait for the period to start, which is right now, we should be able to get there.
Ta-da! Here we go. Man, like, a lot of weird attempts at breaking the trap. It just seems like whoever has the puck's like, yeah, I can skate it. Gets to the blue line, decides I can't skate it, and they try like it's just a 90-degree pass. I don't understand it.
These boys are the all stars. They should know what they're doing, right?
You would hope so.
All right. And the Western Central's establishing possession in the zone. A little behind the net play. Tries to come back. They cycle behind the net. Goes up to the blue line. Looks like the lefty was a little confused as to what to do, but he got the puck eventually. Swings it back down behind the net, and a cross crease pass that was unsuccessful.
Oh, nice shot though.
I tell you what, the Western Pacific defense is standing up pretty tall. I like it.
I mean, you like it because your D partner's on there, you scumbag. I see how it is.
And Jersey's always up high waiting for that, so it's nice to see that he's trying to score some points in this game, huh? We like to see some high-scoring games in the All-Star games if it was preferable. Although I do like defense, but I would prefer to see a high-scoring game. There goes Jersey. Oh, and the outlet pass is intercepted.
Gotta use the R1. Get a little saucy with it.
Elite Rixer read that all the way.
Man, big shout out to Elite Rixer, man. I played with him a few seasons ago when he was playing center. So to be able to swap from center to D and then make an All-Star game, pretty nice.
Yeah, Jersey with a pass to Cox in the slot, and he was unable to pull the trigger again. Oh, and M. Hogan gets laid out.
Big hit. Timber. That's what I like to see in the All-Star game right there.
Somebody get that man a Band-Aid, huh?
Or a hospital room, one of the two.
So it's a really interesting game. Both teams are establishing possession in the zone and getting shots on net. Goaltenders are holding up well, and the defense is holding up well. So see if the forwards can produce a couple of goals for us. Looks like Western Pacific has had the better of the chances, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, another one there. Maybe I'll try to wrap up. Yeah, I mean, just not, Manitoba getting the zone here. A lot of cycling, a whole lot of not going to the point for a shot. Yeah. Not really trying to force it to the slot, just kind of content with just chilling around the outside and doing nothing with it, really.
The back check from the Western Pacific is nice, though. But Western Central has been able to really hem the Pacific in their zone for long periods of times without getting a whole lot of shots.
Yeah.
Oh, with an interception in the neutral zone. Here comes. He goes for the cross crease 1T instead of taking it himself. And they take a penalty after the failed.
From bad to worse, attempt. Right there.
Right. Yep. You miss the shot, and then you take the bad PIM. You give the Western Pacific a chance on the power play to go up 2-0. M. Hogan with a low shot from the point cycles it back to Jersey Devil. Jersey Devil playing in the left dot and fires over to Sabu with a shot blocked before he can get it in. Big L1 deke in their own zone.
On the PK. That's a big dick energy if I've ever seen
it. So that was an interesting, what did you say, a bold strategy, Cotton, huh?
Yeah, real bold strategy, man.
Oh, and we'll get a face-off in Western Pacific's O zone. So we'll see how they do with 37 seconds left on the power play. And Western Pacific's able to win the face-off. Jersey Devils cycles back in. Deeks to get in, unable to control the puck.
One Deke there, bit suspect.
Wide open. Oh, what a save by Party of One. Party of One has come. And
oh, no.
with the worst penalty in hockey, a delay a game.
That one hurts. That one hurts the pride a little bit, I think.
Hate to see it. I hate when that happens. It digs into your pride and it just deteriorates it.
I'm so scared of it. I don't ever.
M. Hogan with a pass to nobody, but Cox is able to force a turnover behind the net. But Western Central
tries forcing the cross crease, full send, 3 guys there.
Yeah. on the PK, they're running. Western Central's running a pretty good box, but not good enough as Cox is able to tuck one in behind Party of One to take a 2-0 lead for Western Pacific. It was hard to find that passing lane there, but he found it, and Cox
It
had his
was good patience.
stick right in the blue paint,
Yeah, it
ready
was
to.
great patience, and then I mean, it just goes to show you can't take penalties and expect to be good forever. Eventually something's going to go in.
That was an interesting deke by Sabu in the corner when nobody was around him, just to do the.
Oh, and a penalty here for the Western Pacific.
Yeah, the Western Central really needs to capitalize on this and
Oh, big
get within
force.
1 goal before the. Well, it'd be unfortunate if they couldn't do it before the end of the period.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a ton of confidence. Glax hasn't had a ton of shots, but he's looked good in the shots he's faced. So I think 2 might be all the Western Pacific needs here to get a W. Wow, look at that time on attack difference. That's crazy. Almost 7 minutes time on attack, and they've taken 5 shots.
Yeah, like I said, they were dominating possession in their zone. They're just not able to get shots on net. So it's unfortunate.
Not really a recipe for success, I'll tell you what.
Not at all.
I'm going to check the status here of our other game.
Yeah, they're not live yet. Talking with the GM of the Eastern Atlantic, and it looks like they have a no-show. So they're trying to fill in.
Who's the no-show?
Royals KC was a no-show.
Wow, that's crazy.
So
He's pretty good at the game. He's got a few wins this year.
a few.
Yeah, just a few. Just a few.
But looks
Just
like
like King Lime has a few goals.
yeah. FYI, King Lime is just killing it with 80 goals, regardless of how he's doing it.
Big West stuff.
Yeah, but regardless of how he's doing it, he leads the league, and
Sure.
and he leads it by a lot. So
I'm sitting firmly in the camp of let's wait till the playoffs and he has to play on someone. Like, what do you have to play a road game? Then we can talk if he's still
yeah,
performing.
regardless, he's probably still going to hold some regular season records, um, but can't knock him for that. So give him props where it's due. I know we've beat up on him all season, so
It's a hard pass from me, boss.
I'm going to give him a little love. Oh,
It's a real hard pass.
with the big stretch from Cox to Jersey. Jersey's offside by a step or two. So Western Central was unable to capitalize on their power play advantage,
It
and
really looks like that's going to be the game, if I'm being honest with you.
yeah, and it looks like M. Hogan was sleeping for a second, trying to fight his way through the neutral zone after he woke up. Um, I hate when you nod off like that.
It happens sometimes, man.
Oh,
Oh, no.
and Midnight Reaper with a booming slap shot comes through. So
That's a rough one.
it makes it 2-1. Western Pacific leads, but Western Central's fighting their way back in. I love to see a D-man score a goal. Gives me like a heartbeat somewhere we don't want to talk about.
Gives you a little stiffy there, bud.
So as I haven't scored a goal all season, I love to see other D-men score.
Hey, neither is my AGM. Don't feel bad. It's been it's been almost 2 seasons since he scored.
I had a good bit last season, just none this season. It's been a different type of season, but these boys in the All-Star game sure do know how to put it in the back of the net. Oh,
Hopefully, they do a few more times. It's getting kind of boring here.
yeah, I mean, it is a defensive game. Neutral zone's been clogged up all game, but Western Central has been able to keep it in the Pacific zone for a majority of the game. You'd like to see him get a few more shots and maybe be a little more physical down there. Get some boys stuck out of position.
Absolutely. They got to try something new down by 1 here.
Oh, there's a little physical play. Put Sabu on his ass.
You hate to see it.
You wonder how he stands back up after a hit like that. I am a fan of the hits. That is a fact. Jersey all by himself goes to Cox. Cox puts it, but Party of One denies him. Party of One read that 100%.
Oh, yeah, all day.
and Sabu with another force that's intercepted inside the slot. Um, and or I'm sorry, not Manitoba. Western Central's unable
I'm telling
to
you, man,
break
it's easier
through.
to say Manitoba.
Manitoba, the Meese, is in the zone. Oh, looks for the give
Oh, you
and
got it,
go.
got it,
Oh,
put it in the
he
net,
was
bud.
almost able to
Oh
tie
my
it up.
goodness.
I mean, it was a blonde curly away from being a tie game.
That one hurt to watch.
Oh, and then they
Oh, I'm
come
sorry.
back and deflate their souls with a 1T from Sabu Rise again, top right cheese.
That was just brutal.
It was 7:20 left in the third period. Western Pacific leads the Western Central 3-1.
Oh, big save. You gotta feel bad for Party of One playing his heart out. It's not gonna matter.
Yeah, he's made some fantastic saves. Fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic, man. Sick.
But unfortunately, unfortunately, the on the rush chances have been there for the Pacific. That's where they've scored two of their three goals. So it's always hard to be a goaltender on the rush. Never know where those guys are going to go. Well, you do,
Oh,
but then you don't.
well, especially in an All-Star game, so much skill out there. I mean, any one of them can realistically take it themselves. They can pass off, shoot. I wouldn't want to be the tendy in that situation.
Yeah, and again,
Oh,
Jersey is on his back. But the story of this game has been the neutral zone play and the in zone play by the Western Pacific, able to, even though they're being outpossessed by almost 4 minutes, able to outshoot their opponents. So, kudos to those boys.
shout out the boy Rico. No biggie.
No big, bro. Must be nice to play with M. Hogan.
You're about to find out, cuz.
I already have.
Oh, well, there you go.
Me and my boy M. Hogan tore it up this week. He
You
actually
can catch
he
his
put me
hands in week 9, bud.
he put me in his backpack and I was able to ride all the way through.
I don't think it's a backpack big enough for me, man.
Oh, you know, they do have like keto or some other diets.
I
So
wasn't ready for that one.
again, Western Central is possessing the zone but unable to get to the center ice, strictly possessing along the boards and unable to get a shot off in that quick 20 seconds of in zone time they had there. And with a minute left, you really think that the Western Central needs to get a hard push, you know, send four guys forward or do something.
He says as a defenseman just stops at the red line.
Hate to see it.
Uh,
Hate to see it. Jersey still hard on the forecheck, but takes another pim.
big hold, man.
Takes another pim.
Holy.
You know,
Giving them a chance
yeah,
here.
44 seconds are on the power play. I mean, chance to get a quick one and then establish some hope, change the momentum. With an ill-advised shot from the right circle, though. Uh, M. Hogan being worked by two guys in the corner, able to get it out.
Still gets it out.
Sabu
Oh,
Rise
nice
again
step
turns it
up.
over in his own zone though,
Gotta
and
get that one out of there.
and a shot. Sabu Rise again just says
Oh,
no
boy.
thanks. You can take that somewhere else, bro. And they're still stuck to the outside. They can't get into the center of the ice. Oh, what a keep! What a keep by Midnight Reaper.
Does
Uh,
nothing with it, though,
yeah,
unfortunately.
unable to hold on to it. He had nowhere to go, but it was
Yeah,
a keep.
and that's gonna be the game.
Yeah, so Western Pacific is going to move on to the final, and the Western Central will play in the losers bracket. So congrats to all you boys. GG's.
Except the losers.
Congrats to them too. They made the All Star game, so I'll give them some props. Not everybody can do it, bro. Now, how we looking on that other stream there, Sunshine?
We can give it a cheeky little look, but I haven't heard anything positive yet.
All right, so we'll take a peek in. Let me change this here.
But we do have a stream from Beaver Clubs.
All right, we'll go there then. What's his handle?
Beaver Clops X27. Let's see. Just a quick update. 0-0 here in the first 17 minutes, or sorry, 13 minutes left. Power play here for Utica's team. I can't remember what division, but it's still 0-0.
Utica is the Eastern North versus the Eastern Atlantic. Hershey's going to be the Eastern Atlantic, and Utica is going to be your Eastern North. Uh, Utica's on the power play, uh, and I'm going to pull up who's playing in this game. Give me a second.
Ooh, big play there. Eastern North, definitely hemming them in here early.
Yeah, so your starting lineup as the game's going on for the Eastern North is It's a Days at left wing, Marshall at center, Beaver Klops at right wing, uh, Kurt 88 at left D, and Frotz IR at right D. And for your Eastern Atlantic team, it is the Falcon at left wing, Skyer 5 at center. Um, we'll have to check on the right wing. I'm pretty sure that the original was unable to be there. Lefty is Thrice, and right D is Deloche.
Little checkers connection there on the first line.
Goalies, yeah, goalies. Well, they are leading their division. Goalies for Eastern Atlantic is Jackstall. Goalie for the Eastern North is Crawling Bacon. We are 0-0 with 7:30 left in the first. Uh, and the Eastern Atlantic is able to break out of the zone. They try to break through center, but Thrice and Deloche were able to shut them down, and they get a big icing. Uh, so yeah, so that's who your starting players are. Remember that the winner of this game faces the Western Pacific at 9 p.m. The losers will face off at 8 p.m. And you'll see it live here on Eastbound and Chell.
Oh, cheeky backhand there, huh? From
Yeah,
Itsy Days.
and from so far from what I've seen from this game, the Eastern North is driving possession and really dominating offensively, not letting the Eastern Atlantic get much produced offensively.
No, it's pretty surprising here. I would have thought a couple checker boys playing together would be able to carry the play a bit, but not so far. A nice entry there. It's a point for no shot. Bold. Oh my goodness.
I've been there. As a lefty, you come in but it's hard to score like that on a good goaltender. They don't tend to leave their post.
Maybe a little chance here for Days. Coming back the other way. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Jack's
Nope.
dog says no, huh?
Oh yeah, a couple times.
It looks like I'm a little bit behind you, so I'll try to keep up with you as you go.
Oh man, don't say it ain't so. I'll slow it
Hey,
down for you.
it's fine. Through the software, it takes a little time to pick up the stream. It's a little choppy on my end too, but you'll have that.
Oh, it's as good as it's gonna get for us, eh?
Yeah, try to find as many streamers as I could. Uh, but the Eastern North team really looked to be favored or I'm sorry, Eastern Conference looks to be favored in this All-Star game, in my opinion. Um, but I don't know that Western Pacific team looked tough.
Yeah, they did look good, but the big worry is they didn't possess the puck much. They played good defensively in their own zone, but
Oh, they were able to capitalize on the chances that they did have, though.
yeah, but against a good team, um, the goal is only going to get you so far. Eventually that defensive zone presence is going to wear down, and they'll be able to get some chances on you.
So, Sunshine, who do you like in this game now that the first period's ended and you've seen a little bit from both teams, uh, between
Well,
Eastern Atlantic and Eastern North?
since I'm looking at the Eastern Atlantic with one shot, I'm going to go ahead and say the Eastern North I like more right now.
Yeah, and they were outpossessed 308 to 51. So
Yeah.
uh,
Ouch.
it looks like that one penalty they did have was a 5-minute major. So that was, but Western or Eastern North was unable to capitalize on a 5-minute major.
Yeah,
So
it's true. But on the other end, you can't score if you can't shoot. I mean,
Yeah, but
Three, on pace for 3 shots in a game. If you win that game, your 10D is doing something special.
and Eastern North is on pace for 30 shots, so you got to give Jack's dog some credit.
Oh, absolutely.
Looks like
He's
he's
looked good
keeping the
so
team
far.
in.
Little tie up off the draw. Nothing coming.
You know,
Oh,
you
nice
really
hit there
think
from
with It's
Beaver
a Days,
Clubs.
Marshall, and Beaver Clubs that the Eastern North will be able to produce a good bit of offense.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely been cycling with death so far. A little aggressive there from the Eastern Atlantic, but I like it. L2 for no reason. You had him wide. It's all good, though. A lot of neutral zone play here early in the second. Not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, it looks like Eastern Atlantic's finally able to get a couple chances, but Crawling Bacon's be able to shut them down.
Ooh, big hit
Oh,
incoming. Spoiler alert. Someone get the number of that train, man. Oh my goodness.
how was he able to stand back up after that?
I,
It looked
that
like
dude
his
needs
head
about 4
smacked off the
surgeries,
ice three
man.
times.
Imagine.
I counted it. It bounced 1, 2, 3.
Man, I
Uh,
will say for the Eastern North, it does get concerning when you're possessing the puck that much. If you can't get that goal, sometimes the momentum swings the other way and it just takes one lucky shot and
yeah, and
maybe a bad goal.
even though they're possessing that much, the better scoring chances seem to come from the Eastern Atlantic.
Absolutely.
At least
After Itzy Days had the little break. Oh, oh,
oh, what a
oh my
save!
goodness.
It looked
Oh,
like It's a Days had a wide open net for a few minutes, uh, but was unable to get it in there. And then Eastern North takes a bad pim. Uh,
man, I don't know if we do like a All-Star Game MVP trophy, but if we do, Jack's Dogs might have to win that thing if they get out of this game right now.
yeah, I mean he's definitely stood up and stood on his head a little bit. But on the power play, Eastern Atlantic is trying to work behind the net. Uh, but Frotz says no, gets it over to Curtin. He gets it out of the zone. And Eastern Atlantic resets and looks to be back on the push. Come through the neutral zone.
Oh
Offside.
no. Oh no,
Offside.
no. Don't
Yeah,
do it.
that's attributed to the lack of playing time that they have together. And by the way, Grammy Hands was able to make it so he is playing right wing. Little update. Um,
Nice.
yeah. So
Oh.
I'll tell you what, the Eastern Atlantic is definitely throwing the body.
Ooh.
He
Another one. Always
took
getting
a
a penalty
penalty
for
for
that
that
one.
one.
Taking a
Little
pen.
little too many steps there, buddy.
3-9. What's the difference, right?
It's a big difference.
This is where the Eastern North. You gotta put one in.
It's the difference between a bruise and a broken collarbone.
Well, who doesn't want a few days off work?
Oh,
Oh no, you blew it.
Eastern North gives it right back.
Oh my goodness,
Gives it
man. What are we
right back
doing out here?
with an offensive zone tripping.
Offensive zone on the power play penalty. Like, come on, guys. What are we doing?
But now we have some 4-on-4 hockey, a little bit of space to see these boys work. So we'll see if we can see some of his skills come through. Eastern Atlantic has possession, gets deep into the zone, and the
Oh, nice
Falcon
play.
turns it over. Falcon looked
Getting a
like
little greedy there. Gotta
a
move the puck a
pigeon
little
right
bit.
there, to be honest. Um,
Oh, big facts. No eagle.
Eastern Atlantic is able to regain the possession. Eastern North on the 4-on-4 hasn't been able to really have the puck. Eastern Atlantic has it.
Yeah, someone needs to tell them that it is a 4-on-4, not a penalty kill. This is getting a little sad. Now it's a PK.
And Frotz
Uh-oh.
was dancing, trying to find something open, and turns it over instead of getting it deep in his zone. Frost being worked over by two Eastern Atlantic down low. Gets it up the height of the point with a shot. That's saved by Crawling Bacon pretty easily. Um, wasn't low enough to establish a good rebound. Eastern North gets it into the zone, but unable to do anything with it. Turns it back over. And right back to Eastern Atlantic.
This has
And
gotten sloppy in a hurry.
yep, it is pretty sloppy hockey right at the moment.
Yeah.
and I am chopping something fierce, to be honest with you. It's just sloppy hockey out there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even have like a witty thing to say. It looks like I'm playing out here. How bad this is.
Facts. What?
Week 9, man. Week 9. Me and you going mano y mano. Are we gonna fight? Can we schedule a fight on the
We
second game?
we can do that.
Okay.
If you want to lose, I mean,
I mean, I play as like a 5'0" sniper, so I
and
assume you're
I'm a
gonna just
6'2" two-way defenseman
yeah.
who weighs
I assume you're just
240
gonna just
pounds.
annihilate me. But hey, I'll throw. I'll throw
Yeah,
hands.
that's all right. We'll
Oh
say
my! If
goodnight to
these
your
guys
chin.
right, if these guys don't stop getting fancy here on the zone entry, just go in and stop passing it backwards. What are we doing?
Big L2s at the blue line. You know,
Oh my gosh, it's like
pro
it
work.
was a pretty exciting period
Pro.
until about the 10-minute mark, and
Yeah,
now it's
pro
just
work.
someone killed me.
But looks like we had a pause. Maybe somebody had to take a potty break. I don't know. Or maybe figure out what's really going on in an all-star game where you boys look ugly. All right, so we're back.
They
45
got to be
seconds
looking
left in the
around,
second
walking
period.
around,
It's 0
see if
0.
we can find the skill that was in the first half of the period there.
And Crawling Bacon seems to be falling asleep back in net there. I guess he's telling the Eastern Atlantic that uh, you boys need to come with something better than that.
Yeah. Yeah, really just a disappointment there in the second period, the end.
Yeah, yeah. Very little creativity out of these boys. We can attribute it to the lack of play together, but you know, I'm really liking Western Pacific right now, to be honest.
Yeah, changed my mind in a hurry on that one. To be honest with you, I was just,
Well,
uh,
yeah, the second half of that period was just ugly. I don't know what was going
yeah,
on.
yeah. I mean, the Itzy Days chance there off the rebound, and even the initial shot, like that's when the Eastern North really needed to score. They
And
needed to put that one in.
it's a little early, Scott, for the Bluebirds. We'll give these boys another period to make up for themselves.
Should we though?
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Okay,
I
okay.
tend to lean toward the positive. Let's see if these boys can produce something in the third period.
I can get jiggy with that.
You know, at an All-Star game, we expect to see a couple more goals. Maybe they relax a little defensively, but these boys are playing responsible hockey.
I mean, you can say responsible. I say they're just playing sloppy on both sides there to finish off the
you
second
know,
period.
tomato, whatever you want to call it. Pass out front to nobody. Um,
Maybe the ghost next door was looking for that one.
yeah, Thrice comes into.
Oh, a nice chance
Or I'm
there.
sorry, that was Frotz comes into Marshall for that chance. Was unable to bury it though. Another pass to nobody in the slot, and Jack's dog was able to gobble it up. So we are still 0-0 here in your Eastern Conference All-Star play-in with 17 minutes left in the third period. You are listening and watching.
Oh, there we go.
It's a Days Goes top right cheese. Uh,
Maybe it's an all-star game after all.
He
Hello?
just tied up Jack's dog in a knot right there. So
I said, no big deal. I'll do it myself. No one else is going to score.
yeah, right. Oh, big L2s by a left defenseman. Hate to see it. Um,
Oh, nice block there.
oh, big stretch patch is intercepted in neutral zone.
And another offside.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looked offside. I didn't see
Oh
the
my
marker,
gosh.
but I was pretty sure that was offside.
I think these boys might be too used to playing the beta or something. What's going on here?
Yeah, that might have an effect on some people. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, thoughts on the beta there, Mike? While we're
You,
enjoying a somewhat sloppy game.
you know, I semi enjoyed it. Is that a proper way to say it? There's some things I didn't
That's a
like.
safe way to say it.
Yeah, there's some things I didn't like. There's a lot that I did like.
Right.
This skating, I didn't think it could get much better, and it feels a little better.
The passing feels great. I love being able to kind of get the puck moving. Like it feels more smooth
to
offensively.
to be honest, coming from a defenseman's perspective, it seems a little more realistic. You
Yep.
get rewarded for positioning, and you get rewarded for having stick on puck. So
Exactly.
I like that. Uh, Coming from another perspective, it's a lot harder to break out of the zone because those passes will get intercepted much more easily.
Yeah, I think it puts it's going to be really fun to see the amount of bank passes and saucers coming out of the defensive zone if the beta is at all what the actual game's going to look like.
Yeah, and to be honest, it puts an onus on your defense because you can get burnt in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Um,
Bidding for the first season here in NHL 20, defense is going to be pricey.
yeah, I mean, because the speed plays a big role. Uh, the L2 not so much, but the speed is just insane at the way these forwards can fly.
Oh yeah, the
And with
L2 is big for just the body position, trying to find those passing lanes. You know.
yeah, and with the seamless pickups, I've seen it, and if you're not back, you get burnt.
Oh yeah, I kind
So
of like it though. It's a little more realistic. You know,
no, it
you can't
is.
you're not
I,
gonna get
I'm
bailed
I'm
out by
not
the game.
arguing. I'm not arguing about it at all. I mean,
Mhm.
as much as being a defenseman it hurts you, it still brings a little more realism to the game. So I applaud it.
I
Um,
do feel bad for the tendies, man. Tendies are
yeah, they
rough
need
so
some work on
far.
that. The wraps look broken. Tendies are having a hard time picking up the or covering the puck. Um,
Yeah. For what EA is saying is this is a build from oh, get a
oh,
goal
Hershey
here.
ties it up.
Finally. Oh my goodness. We can talk about a hockey game. Hello?
Yeah, so it's 1-1, 10 minutes left in third period. Sorry, we got a little distracted by the beta. Skyer was able to bury one with an assist from
Grammy
Grammy
hands.
Hands. So we're 1-1 with 10 minutes left. Uh, it looked like that was a result of the penalty that was taken, and Eastern
Right
Atlantic
back
takes
again.
a 2-1 lead with a big snipe from the slot. Who leaves a guy open like that? Uh,
Oh my goodness. They must have been here in chat hearing us talk a little bit a lot about them. They want
and
to score some goals now.
that was the Falcon with assists from Grammy Hands and I think that was Deloche.
Yep.
So yeah, Utica's offsides coming back in the zone with 8 minutes left in the third period. Eastern Atlantic is up 2-1.
Ugh. Man, that was a tense little sequence there coming off
Yeah, yeah. You see
the
that
penalty kill.
it gets slow. We start talking about the beta, and all of a sudden there's all kind of action.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Have a
So
nice conversation. These guys want to score goals. I'm
you
cool
know
with it.
what's really going on, bro. Uh,
Well, now we're talking about the game, and it's right back to kind of being a bit sloppy. You know, there's a good chance there, but
yeah, well, it looks like the Eastern Atlantic has figured out how to break into the zone a little better,
that
and
was a bold slap shot.
yeah,
It
it
really
looks
had a
like the
chance of
little
going.
frustration showing through
Yeah.
from It's a Days just trying to.
Still gonna send it.
But we got a face-off zone in Eastern North Zone and tie up. Eastern Atlantic takes the win.
Oh,
Uh, tried to force a pass through two guys, didn't work. Skyer's able to come back with the puck. A little
the 3-on-1. Oh,
little deke pass was
a whole
way
lot
off
of
the mark.
L1 going on here, huh? I don't think I've seen any of them actually work, but they're trying them.
Yeah, for those of us who choose not to use the thumbs,
I mean, L1's more of like an index finger. I don't think that counts as thumbs.
I said for those of us who choose not to use the thumbs.
Oh, yeah. Hey, fair
So,
enough.
oh, oh.
Oh, that
Eastern
was.
Atlantic has taken control of this game. Eastern North has been unable to get anything going in the offensive zone.
Maybe a little chance here.
Goes behind the net, but responsible
Yeah,
defense
that
shuts
was
them down.
quite readable on that one. It was a good read there to be in position.
Yeah,
But
and just an FYI for the Eastern Atlantic, they're both right D back there. So, um,
you wouldn't be able to tell from the result, honestly.
so kudos on that. Mm. Oh, my beer's
Oh,
getting a little empty. Got to drink some more for these types of games.
oh dude, I'm about to go get my third.
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 Oh, don't even get me started. But anyway,
He said, "What's 3 to 100, bro?"
so as moving on, 50 seconds left. Eastern Atlantic up 2-1. Looks like Eastern North is going to try their final push, and Kurt's trying to do it all by himself with L2s in the neutral zone. Frotz
Oh, get
IR
get
gets a
there.
shot on net with the deflection.
Oh,
Jacksdog
chances,
says
chances.
no. They're pushing. Puck's in front
Oh
of the net.
boy,
Where's it at?
R1. Hello.
Where's it at? Oh,
Oh, big
oh,
elbow. No penalty. No
no
penalty.
Pim. No Pim there, huh?
Oh, you got to get rid of that puck.
He's working it. He's working it. Gets it
Oh,
out of the
there's a
zone.
pin.
Yeah, but they only
There's
have
a
20
pin.
seconds left.
Go, go, go. Oh no,
Oh, what a poke to waste time.
disaster.
What a poke to waste time. Hey,
Oh,
Comfy
the
has it
compy, elite compy. Welcome to the All Star. Oh,
with the turnover.
yeah. Oh. What do you
So
really think he was going to
9 seconds left. Offensive zone face-off. What are you doing, Sunshine?
You got to win back. Assume the other team is going to assume that you're going to tie up. He goes for the stick lift, and you win it back here for a quick shot from the point, or maybe they try going back door here to Beaver.
Quick shot from the point, looking for the tip or the rebound.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go back to Beaver, you're looking for your left wing to come in. I never trust that play. It's so hard to
No,
pick
no,
up that
no,
puck
no.
off the.
Beaver's on the right side.
Yeah, the left wing has to come in and pick up the puck off the
No,
tie
no.
up.
I'm saying you're going to win it back, but he's going to have the choice for outs here to
Oh,
pass or
he wins
shoot.
it back with a shot.
And a
Jack
shot. You got
Stogg
to
with
put
the
that
glove.
low.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
Jack Stogg
High
with the glove.
glove. Imagine.
I've always found success going low post on that.
You have
Sometimes it
to.
squeaks through. Sometimes it squeaks through, and if not, you get a juicy rebound.
Yeah. I've seen way more shots get through low than I have shots get through high. Yep. Oh, Itsy Dace is a chance for the
Able to
pass.
keep
Can't
it in
get
the
it
zone
off.
though with the shot.
Get the shot. Get the shot.
Oh, and that's
Oh,
game.
a nice
Eastern
push there at the end, but not enough.
Eastern Atlantic advances to the winners bracket. Eastern North goes to the losers bracket to face the Western Central. So there you have it. Eastern Atlantic versus Western Pacific for all the All-Star glory. That'll be at 9 o'clock.
Hopefully, right at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, so after being sloppy in the second period, Eastern Atlantic was able to wake up, huh?
Yeah,
And go
still a
back.
bit sloppy in the third, but they buried when they needed to. They made the most of their chances.
Yeah, no, I agree. So as we wait for the 8 o'clock game, we're going to get into a little bit of our regular show, um, if you guys don't mind. So here we go. Sorry, excuse
Before
me.
you do that, though,
Hmm.
I do want to give EA the benefit of the doubt with the beta. They released some article saying that this build of the game is from like 6 or 8 weeks ago. I don't
Yeah,
know. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me,
I,
but
I
if
read
that's
that.
what they're
I read
saying,
that blog, and
yeah,
there was a lot of information in that blog, to be honest.
yes, there was, yeah. So
So
that's why I'll say, I assume that they fixed the skating and the new animations for shooting and passing first, and then they're gonna go in and fix the goalies next. I would assume. I
yep,
hope.
and yeah, no, the beta, if it's 8 weeks old, it looks good. I don't know.
Yeah,
It I had fun playing it, but I have
absolutely.
fun
Oh yeah,
playing NHL. That's why we do this, right? It'll definitely be interesting to see in bidding, like you said, um, with the different traits. I did find that I had more success playing puck mover or offensive defenseman as opposed to playing the big bodies.
oh yeah. You
Um,
need that passing stat to be pretty high as a defenseman this
yeah,
year.
the passing and the speed. Um, I really attribute it to the speed
Yeah, being
because
able to turn around and keep up is huge.
yeah, because the big boys just get burnt. Um, so
That being said, the rest of the league definitely pick big defensemen. I want you to. Please and thank you.
so as we move on, like I said, before we get into this next game, we're gonna talk about the standings and what happened last week as much as we can in the 10 minutes we do have before the next game. So, Sunshine, if you'd like to start me off with the Eastern Atlantic, I'd be very grateful as I try to organize our next streams.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Pretty similar to last week. We got Charlotte in first place here, coming off a fairly good week. Got a cheeky little 6 wins. They've been solid all year. They're continuing the streak. They got a 4-point cushion here over Hershey at number 2. Hershey, they're just scoring goals. They're just doing what they're doing. I mean, both of them are over plus 80 goal differential. Wilkes-Barre Scranton coming in at number 3 with Providence sort of having a bit of a down week. Wilkes-Barre just keeps playing smooth. They're not lighting the world on fire, but they're just playing good enough to win games. Providence kind of on a bit of a slide. They get 2 wins there to finish off the week, but really a disaster for them. Now they're within range of number 5 Lehigh Valley, 4 points back. Lee Valley, they've shown flashes and they've shown real slumps. So that it's what team's going to show up here for the last 2 weeks. And then you have sort of out of the running, if we're being honest, Hartford down with 62 points. Bridgeport, unfortunately, down 51. Springfield, not much to say. They're done. Now, if we want to move to the Eastern North, where we got some real competition, Laval, number 1, 94 points. They're just doing what they're doing. They haven't changed much all season. Syracuse, man, did they have a rough middle of the week where it just seemed like they were never going to win a freaking game, but they pull it out here towards the end, so they're going to stay within 4 points rather. Utica, again, coming off a trade deadline where myself thought they would be pretty all right. Looking very much so pedestrian coming out of that week. They're now 9 points out of first, 5 points out of second, and they don't look to be a team that was going to challenge that spot. Below them, we have a bit of a tight race here for that 4 spot. Belleville is currently there, rocking 62 points. Right below them at 61 points is Binghamton. And once more below them by 3 more points is Rochester, trying to make a little bit of a late season push. So, 4 points is going to separate 4 and 7 here. Cleveland, they're still in the race, but I mentioned them in a hot take, so they've fallen off the face of the earth. I'm sorry about that. Toronto, you're Toronto. I'm sorry. Also, I do want to defend Schurer. Is that the dude's name?
Yes.
The new GM?
Yes, he's Sure 20 is the GM of Toronto.
User pick posted in the forums there, and I see him getting a lot of hate. The dude took over a dead team at the deadline with everyone quitting. So if you're gonna lay the worst GM tag on somebody, don't do it on him, please.
Yeah, I read that, and I really didn't agree with User. User typically comes with some really good input as far as LG is concerned, but with that one, I definitely disagree.
Yeah. I mean, I get if you want to say Toronto management, but pick out the right one.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the second team Sure 20's done that, taking over a team that's been dead.
Oh yeah, he did it at Rockford last year, and I gotta give him props, but he's getting a lot of unjust hate so far. I don't think he's obviously they're not winning games, but he's fielding the team.
It takes some sort of mental fortitude to do that. Take over dead teams in
big
2
props.
consecutive
For
seasons.
people that are saying he's the worst GM, maybe the guy that was there before him that made the dumpster fire that he inherited, he's just doing his best to get 6 guys to play. He's playing 9 games a week. I give him respect for it, and it's not a fun position to be in for sure. But I'll hop off my soapbox if we want to get into the Western Central, get dug in a little bit. Manitoba, off a strong trade deadline, is going to extend that lead just a little bit, sitting on a 6-game win streak, 91 points. That ain't too bad. Below them, Chicago trying to keep pace here. They've sort of distanced themselves enough from San Antonio to have a little bit of comfort there. 6 points back at first, 5 points up at second. I mean, they're 15 out of fourth, so this is another division where I think the top 2 teams are pretty comfy already. Rampage, 80 points. It's a real good season, but they just seem to be a team that isn't super threatening, if I'm being honest. They just seem like they're there, but they don't seem to be they don't seem to be as good as the point total would suggest.
Yeah, I concur with that. They had a 6-2-2 week, or 6-2-1, I believe.
In their last 10. Yeah.
6-2-1, I believe it was the last week. 6-2-2 in their last 10. To be honest, I didn't see it.
No,
I watched a few of their games this week, and while they were able to pull out W's, I just didn't see the domination factor.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, Texas falling back down to earth a little bit. 70 points. I mean, 3-6-1 the last 10.
They had a really bad week.
Yeah, and hey, don't count them out just yet. The Griff Yuns, they're only 4 points out after an 8-2 week. They're 4 points out. I mean, this is a whole new division. It was looking like this thing was pretty locked up about a week ago, but the Griffins coming back into the chase here.
Yeah, Griffins with a really good week, and they're putting a real push.
And below them, you got Rockford. Rockford, man, a tale of 2 teams. They seem really good one week, really bad the next week. But it looks like the really bad is kind of stuck for the last 2, and it's sort of seeing their chances of making the lofts almost eliminated. I mean, there's still a chance, but they need to go on a run starting right about 5 minutes ago. Below them, Milwaukee. Congrats to Pepsi for getting out of the last spot. about as nice as I can say for them. They've had an awful season.
Yeah, but they no real big there. They took over an Iowa team that's phoned it in.
Lost 10 straight. Yeah, they're.
Yeah, they
I mean,
phoned it in. They're
Iowa
done.
traded everybody, and then the dude went on IR.
Yeah,
So
JP's traded everybody away and then goes on IR.
big shout out to the no management list next season, most likely.
Yeah, no, I mean he's had a rough season.
I get it, but don't give up, please.
No, you don't. But
You know, these things happen. It happens every year. There's one or two. Like, not every team can put up 100 points. You know,
yeah,
bad
no,
teams in every league, unfortunately.
it's tough. But you can't phone it in at the end of the season. And they lost every game this week. So
It's not ideal. Head into the Western Pacific. Big shout out to Bakersfield. You go 9-0, you gotta like your chances. That's just phenomenal. The team, it looked to be good all year, and they kind of had a slow start, and they looked to be putting the pieces together at the exact right time. To be quite honest with you, I'm a little more afraid of Bakersfield than San Jose in this division, but it is San Jose on top, 85 points. But really a tenuous spot, it seems. Of all the number one seeds, they definitely would be the weakest, in my opinion. Like I said, Bakersfield with 9 straight wins comes in at number 2. The Gulls lose 2 straight. They have, just like all season, they're just up and down. Every single week, it's up and down, up and down. They'll blow somebody out, get blown up. Blow somebody out, it makes no sense to me.
yeah,
But they're going to stay in number 3.
They look like a one-line team.
I mean, they're 24-4 in 1-goal games. So, I mean, they either win by 1 or get annihilated, it seems. There's no middle ground there. Tucson is going to steal the 4th spot for this week, up 6 points here from Mike Naughty and the Colorado Eagles and Stockton. I mean, Stockton is another team that, man, they get beat up a lot, and they're losing, and all of a sudden they go out against the Gulls and put up a big number, and you think, well, maybe there's a chance that they right the ship here a little bit. So a bit of a 3-way battle here for the last spot, and potentially even for that 3rd spot if the Gulls have a little bit of a rocky week.
Yeah, it's tighter than a goose titty, I tell you what.
Yeah, this will be a fun one to watch with 2 weeks to go. Ontario, they're definitely not out of it yet. 52 points. I mean, they're 14 out, but at the same time, just like Bakersfield, you go 9-0. That's a lot of points you're going to make up on anyone around you.
Yeah, it's it was a really interesting week in the Western Pacific. Everybody
Shout out
but
to the goal differentials. Just
yeah,
throw that out there.
everybody but the last 2 teams did really well. I give it to the Ontario Reign. They were able to steal one. Was it from who did they steal one from? Hershey this week?
They beat us this week.
Yeah, they beat you guys, and I think they were able to steal one from Hershey this week. So shout out to those guys.
Definitely not quitting. I can respect that. I don't like to see people quit. I can respect, even they're definitely not out of it, but for all intents and purposes, the chances of them making it are pretty low. You got to respect them. At least they're going to come out, play their games, and give you 110%. I can really respect that. But that's going to wrap up the standings for now. If we want to get dug in here with some power rankings, or we can go to user picks little poll if we want to have a little controversy here.
Yeah, we can do either or. Why don't we go to user picks forum post?
Spicy.
Yeah, I like that idea. I'm trying to organize the stream for the 8 o'clock game so we can see what's going on there. Let me pull up user picks LGHL questions. We'll talk a little bit about that.
All right. Well, I mean,
go. I'll leave it to you for the moment. Let me scroll back up to the.
Sure. I mean, we'll just go from the top and get a little reaction from the rankings. It's not Boog from Providence, most underrated AHL forward, King Lime. I don't think if you have 80 goals, you can be underrated. I'm just going to throw that out there, Here's some fun. Most underrated AHL defenseman, you have Kalen Fu. Underrated AHL goalie is Mooner, and I feel like that isn't true. He's had a few seasons of disappointing of stats, and fair enough, he's ended up on bad teams, but
who's the one that posted that ranking?
It's not Boog, the first one.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. It's not Boog. Always love to hear from him.
Best AHL GM, Codester. Done a good job. Is NHL owner, very helpful too. But I mean, you're in first place. I got nothing to say there. Worst AHL GM. This is one of those ones where I say you got the wrong guy. Sure, should not be on this list. Period. Most underrated GM. It's OB. This I'd call that pretty fair. Um, Best upcoming player Schmitty. Biggest AHL troll Providence Bruins. That's big facts with the huge Westies. I love it though. I love it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm I'm trying to get the boys together for this 8 o'clock game. Unfortunately, I had to step in and manage a team, so I'm trying to get everybody together. I'm scrolling down to what user pick posted. You want to roll off his rankings?
Yeah. Um, we're gonna start with most overrated AHL forward. Smitty. He's been kind of traded around a little bit. Started there on Ontario. I think the overrated, underrated players comes down to what the contracts these guys end up with. I don't know, sitting at I think he's at 8 million or 8.25 or something. It's pretty hard to live up to that kind of standard. Most underrated AHL forward, Philip Zadina. I can agree with that. He's played pretty good so far. Overrated AHL defenseman, Mick Canadiens. Um, my issue with this is not so much that I think he's not overrated, but he was never somebody I thought was a superstar. So fair enough. Most underrated AHL defenseman, Dougie 1218. I can't complain with that. Most overrated AHL goalie, Moosopotamus. Well, he's not in the AHL anymore, so I guess that's technically true. Underrated goalie puts Party of One, who just put on a bit of a show for us in the first half of that game. Coaster gets the vote here for best AHL GM. Can't complain too much. Worst AHL GM, Traz. That one makes more sense. Most underrated GM, Math Double, which seems to be a pretty popular choice. Doing a good job. Best up and coming player, Heinze 20. Def into that. He's played fantastic there in Manitoba.
Yeah, I disagree with the most underrated GM being Matt Double. He was an owner of an NHL team 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, that's very fair.
So I don't know how you get underrated
To
as
be
a
fair though,
GM.
that NHL team was not very good.
Oh, I know, I was on it.
Oh,
So, but still, being an owner in the NHL and coming down to the AHL and GMing, um, still leads me to believe that you're not underrated. Um,
right.
you know,
Um,
no offense to Matt Double, he put it together a great team and they're having a great season. Um, but the underrated GM thing.
yeah, I mean it's always kind of a tough to call someone underrated, overrated. I don't know. Here's a bit of a spicy take. Most overrated AHL forward player. This guy put Keegan. Um, I don't know. I'm not big on that one. Underrated forward, super light. I can live with that. I think he's pretty good there in Milwaukee. Overrated AHL defenseman Morn. I I don't think that's very fair. Most underrated AHL defenseman, my boy Rico. Absolute truth. That's the correct answer, by the way. Congrats, Senators fan. He's the first one to grab it. But just some highlights. Endrit, overrated goalie. Crawling Bacon, underrated. But again, I mean, the guy's an all-star. I mean, can you call that underrated? I mean, he made the all-star team. I feel like he's an all-star goalie. I don't think that's quite underrated. Bonnell getting the best AHL GM, worst AHL GM goes to Red Pepsi. Underrated GM, he has Madden's 26. But big description for nothing. Best upcoming player, Elevate Season, also known as Preston. Biggest AHL troll, probably this list. He put unsure though, but I'll just infer the real answer.
Which would be who you're inferring it to.
Who was that? Senators fan. There you go.
And nice.
And it was my fault. I did say Heinze in Manitoba. He's in San Jose in the Barracuda.
And
You want some rapid fire reactions for you, bud? Just
sure, yeah, no, it's fine. Like I said, I'm still trying to get this together. We had a couple of guys.
I'll throw names your way. You give me your reaction. What you
Sure,
think?
sure, go
All
ahead.
right. Most underrated AHL forward, Itsy Days. What you think?
He's not underrated. Everybody knows what he's about, and he made the All-Star team.
Yeah, I feel you. Most overrated AHL defenseman, Silky.
I disagree. Being the most overrated.
I just don't think.
I don't
Don't you have
think.
to be like thought of as really good to be
Yeah, that's
overrated?
that's
You know?
that's where my thought process comes in.
Yeah. Most overrated goalie, Soupy. Get out of here, man. Just he has a high contract. Won't be like that. There's a lot of weird lists in here. Big troll
Well,
guys.
it is a forum. We have to take into account this is a forum.
Yeah.
Everybody giving their own opinion, just like how people feel about our opinions on this show. They are ours. So
They're usually wrong.
exactly. So nobody has to agree with it, or a lot of people mostly won't agree with it. So they're opinion based. So I'm able to give my opinion on how they feel about it. Just like Senator Fan said that Morn was the most overrated AHL defenseman. I'll have to disagree with that.
I don't know about that one, to be honest.
So yeah. So I'm gonna check in here and see uh, if Beaver Klops. He's got the stream up for the next game. I'm checking in to see if the Western Central team is able to get together. Give me a moment.
Also, big shout out to anybody who puts themselves in the underrated player category. Big balls.
Yeah.
Kind of like it, but like, what are we doing here?
So.
But there are a few picks for John Kenny for most overrated AHL forward. I don't quite know if that's fair, but I mean, fair enough. But he's had a fairly average year. I mean, I guess that is less than what you would expect out of him, but I wouldn't call him overrated. You know, more just in a tough situation of his own creation. Fair enough, but we can hit Toffoli's list. But like I said, John Kenny, most overrated AHL forward. Most underrated forward is TNT on Texas, and yeah, he's played well so far. Most overrated defenseman, he has Morn. Again, me and Mike, I think, agree that we disagree with this. This one for you though, the most underrated AHL defenseman, the D with all the dashes. What do you think about
that? He is underrated, but he's a rookie in the AHL, if I'm not mistaken.
He might be a pick for the up and coming player.
Yeah, that's a better pick as opposed to underrated. He took my spot on the checkers, so I got feelings for that. You know, I don't blame him. He's better than I am.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't disagree. I mean, I disagree that he's underrated, but I don't disagree with
the fact that he's good. Nice
right.
up and coming player for sure.
Correct. Yeah. So, you know, shout out to the D. I wish you would change your name, but
yeah. He has Glax as the most underrated AHL goalie. This is where I disagree again.
Glax is not underrated.
Yeah, like everyone knows he's. You know,
where are you coming from left field with that?
Yeah,
Glax has been known as one of the best
elite.
G's in A. So,
best AHL GM, Pelly when he's not being toxic after an L. So never for Pelly. No, I'm just joking. I love you, Pelly. I'm just giving you a hard time. I can't argue with that. He's put together a pretty good team. Worst AHL GM, you have Red Pepsi, Stav, and Trez, and the big sorry to Peace, but he has taken a hiatus from LG for the next 2 weeks, so he would definitely not see this. Most underrated GM, Snipester. Can't argue with that one. I mean, they rip off 9 wins, and they've definitely been putting it together, and they look to be a team that can do some damage here towards the end of the season. Best upcoming player, Heinze. I can't really argue with that. It's fair enough. Biggest AHL troll, PP. Like, get out of here. Is that dude even alive anymore? He's probably bumming it up in the WHL, I assume.
well, aren't we all bumming it up in the WHL?
Yeah, but see, for some people it's a full-time thing. For other people, we play LG, and it's where we go to practice L2ing the entire world.
Yeah, I go there just to score goals.
Yeah, what's that like? You don't know over here. Don't score on me this week, please. My ego couldn't handle it. But Almost overrated forward. Yeetus, get out of here, Mesta. That's my dude now. He's playing left wing for me. Played pretty good so far. But
Looks like I have a little drama here in trying to get the Western.
do they not want to
No, there's a little
not want to
confusion
play for the losers game?
no, there's a little confusion as to who's supposed to be in, so I'm trying to work that out here. Um, yeah, so I'm going to try to work this out here.
I want to shout my boy Rico out again though.
You ever
He's
try
got a
to
few
try to
picks.
manage a team during a game and try to do a show at the same time? It's super fun.
Every week, man.
You don't do a show at the same time you're playing the game or managing games going on.
That's fair enough. Is the game on? Am I missing something?
No, we're trying to get
okay.
everybody from the Western Central in.
Yes, Toffoli. We do see he puts the nicest person as the real deal, and yeah, fair enough. I can't argue with that. I've never had anything but pleasantries from her. So I don't know. A lot of the nice guy picks. I never play with a lot of these people, if I'm being honest. So it is what it is. I've been skipping it.
You know, I have to attribute this to doing this on a Saturday. But I wish availabilities were better during the summer, but this is how it goes. And yeah, so as I try to get this together, I'm going to let you talk more about what you're talking about.
You just want to come on the show, bud? Since we're struggling a bit, I'm gonna go over the list. We can make this happen in a hurry. I'm just saying. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you can bring Toffoli in. I don't mind a guest at this time. Be nice to talk to the
big call already sent. See
cool.
what happens. Put him on the spot. Why not? He's gone silent in the chat. That's not good. I don't think it's happening. He's not about that action right now, Mike. I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh, is he about the action? What's up, man?
Let me mute my speakers real quick.
Yeah.
What's up, Toffoli?
The man, the myth, the legend.
Hello?
What's up, man?
Toffoli, what's going on, buddy?
Are you there, bud?
One second. I gotta set my damn thing up real quick.
Man, I really put him on the spot, man. I feel kind of bad now. To be honest with you.
So we apologize for the delay. We are getting everybody from the Western Central together. They should be there very shortly. So if anybody from the Eastern North is watching, just bear with us, and we will be there.
And all right. So what's up, Toffoli? How you doing, man?
Good, you?
Oh, dude, fantastic.
I couldn't think of overrated defenseman.
So you just threw Morn up there, man? That's hardcore, bro.
I don't know.
Mike Naughty?
Yeah, Mike Naughty's not overrated because nobody rates Mike Naughty high.
That's very fair.
You know.
No, so I did like the list though. I honestly like the forum post for sure, and I appreciate that you put Traz instead of Shearer. I just felt bad for him. Like he's getting all this hate, and I'm like, he took over like a tire fire. You know what I'm saying?
It's not on him at all. It's on Traz.
I mean, I got nothing but
respect.
Yeah.
For letting that happen, but it's definitely not on Shearer.
Oh, it looks like we're starting up the game, boys. Finally, we get everybody in.
So how you looking here? Toffoli, the last week or last 2 weeks of the season, how you feeling with Bakersfield creeping up on you a bit?
I'm not worried about it. I mean, I'm not gonna pay attention to what they're doing really. Just gotta try to focus on what we're doing.
Are you so last week's season you play each other? Is that a game you look at and say catch this first line? Or are you just gonna kind of let availability dictate who you put where?
Well, it depends. If it's our home game, then the West is coming at them if they can play it.
Big West.
So I mean,
God, you hate to see it.
but I know they don't have a West, so if it's not, then
No,
we'll
I mean,
wait till
hey,
we can
it's
play
a
it and
it's
we'll
a
be
good
on fire
strategy.
again.
I mean, it's you give you guys the advantage early for sure.
Depends on the scheduling too. Like if our schedule seems a little bit easier, then I don't know. We might throw on our bigger lines on the easier games to try to solidify the wins.
Hmm.
Or we might. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out in the last week. That's when me and Ninja will sit down and figure out what we want to do.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's definitely been interesting, and you guys have been in first place. I think the whole season, if I'm remembering right.
Nah, it was like week 2 or 3. I think
Yeah,
it
we'll call it
was.
the whole season.
Yeah, Snipers put a good team together there. For a while, they looked like they were struggling, but they picked
Yeah,
it up.
I mean, coming into the season, I looked at their team and thought, like, oh, for sure they're going to compete the whole way. And
And to turn it on late season like this is something
if you're
to
going to
really
get
pay
hot,
attention to.
it's the right time to get hot, man. Just like the Condors last season, just got into the playoffs and do some damage, see what happens.
No, they got a really good team. I'm looking forward to these last 2 weeks because now I don't know because for a while there it just seemed like it was just gonna be us and just get all complacent, just sit there and
Yeah, the
coast.
last week of the season, not have some good games to keep the blood flowing for the playoffs.
Yeah, now it's like I can actually like go in our Discord and tell guys we gotta figure it out now coming up with them right behind us. So now it just kind of makes it more interesting, I guess.
Oh, for sure, it's a good tune up there for the playoffs. So, you don't
Oh
want to
yeah,
go in against the 4 seed, and the 4 seed's been basically playing playoff hockey for the last 3 weeks, and you've kind of been chilling at the top.
Facts.
yeah.
Well,
You don't want to avoid the Barracuda curse, that's for sure.
Yeah. I don't even. What is there? The second round? That's what the curse is on.
I think they made it to the conference finals once that I can remember, but yeah, usually the first 2 rounds and they're bounced. So, hoping you can turn the tide for them.
So I'm gonna do it for user.
Do it, do it for the squad.
Yeah, for user. He brought the curse here. I'm gonna do it for him.
Just an
Uh,
update here. We have the Western Central tied with the Eastern North, 0-0 with 10 minutes left in the first period. And the Eastern North is dominating play for the most part with the majority of the better chances. But to Foley, congratulations on you boys. Your team making it to and a goal from Eastern North to make it 1-0. But congratulations on your team for making it to the All-Star final.
Yeah, thanks. Happy for these guys.
Yeah, they played well. Really good defensive hockey.
yeah, your boy Glax, like I think he only had like what 4 or 5 saves, but a couple of big ones in there for sure.
No, he's super clutch.
Oh, he's a stud,
There,
absolute stud.
we've had games during season where he's literally been the reason why we win them.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, the goals allowed on for your team there is been pretty low all season, and anytime you're 10, you can even if you just make the one big save at night. But you got a guy like Galax who can make 4 or 5 of them. That's got to be reassuring to the defense. They're not pressing too hard to make everything perfect.
Yeah, we're just lucky that we can have the confidence in him to where we know if we get in the sticky situation that he's there to bail us out.
Right.
And another update for you boys: Eastern North takes a 2-0 lead with a goal from the Real Teal from the left point.
Maybe they should have played her in the first game. Just saying.
Yeah, it looked like it was a really defensive breakdown. The Western Central was all collapsed, and yeah, so left the point wide open. She takes a shot, hits it top right, and
Hey, put the puck in
Western.
the basket.
I'm sorry,
These
Eastern.
guys want to, or they took a game and a half, but hey, we're gonna score some goals now, I guess.
Yeah, it's starting to look more like an all-star game. 2-0 in the first period.
Yep.
It's a lot more we've seen than from any game we had so far.
So to Foley, a week out or 1 week down from the trade deadline. What do you think of all the moves a week later? If any stick out in your head as overly good or bad?
I don't know, to be honest with you, because I don't know. Everyone's gonna always have an argument about why they move somebody or if they're. Everyone thinks their trades are the best every time.
I'm gonna disagree because I'm pretty sure my trades are usually not very good because I suck at trading people. So I usually don't do it.
But like I said when we did that show the last time, like I wasn't really paying attention to what none of these guys were doing. I was just trying to figure out my whole situation.
Right.
And not like I don't care. Like these guys can put the best players on the block, but I'm not gonna give up a ton of stuff that's working for us to go out there and try to do it.
You make two lines weaker for one good player. It doesn't make a ton of sense, right?
Yeah, and some people put together some good squads after like Manitoba. They ended up coming out really good with that.
Oh yeah, especially with
Yeah.
the Keegan trade. I mean that.
They look like monsters, and they look like to give the Eastern Atlantic a run for their money.
Oh yeah, I mean they're gonna be.
I think they'll be in the finals.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they got to be the favorites coming out of the East right now. I would assume.
You're gonna put them over Hershey or Charlotte?
It's Manitoba's on the other side,
Oh,
or
I'm
the
sorry.
West. Sorry.
I'm sorry, West.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's my. No, I said East. That's on me. The West.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I can see them going to the finals.
Yeah, I mean they're just super deep. I mean those top two lines with Keegan's line and then Venom Knights and I think it's Crashman playing there. I mean those are two just deadly lines. I mean Venom and Knights have been playing together for like the last 10 seasons it seems. So the chem there is just unreal.
So at the end of the first period, the Eastern North leads the Western Central by a score of 2-0. Yeah, it really dominated by Eastern North's puck possession and ability to cycle the puck. Manitoba. Western Central hasn't really been able to produce any quality chances, and
Kind of like a flashback, except without the puck control.
no, they actually had 30 seconds more of time of possession. So
oh man, you got to do something with it, you know.
yeah, but your boy Down South Killer is on there. Cess Dragon Cess in net. Sens Fan Mercer QC. On the other side, we have. Let me go into the information.
I don't want to say this out of turn, but I'm going to throw it out there, and I'm probably wrong. But in the first week down south here, one thing I'll say that really catches the eye: he dominates the faceoffs pretty much every single game. That's huge out of a center. I don't need you to score a ton of goals if you can play good defense and win most of the draws. I'm usually liking it, but you add on that he can produce offensively. You got yourself a real nice player.
How about the Eagles turning their thing around that they had going on this season?
How about them Eagles? We can talk about those Eagles all you want to talk about.
I don't like to stroke Mike Notty's ego. He can't. We don't want to get him too big.
So tell me, Toffoli, how do you feel about them Eagles?
I think they did a good job, to be honest. Weren't they in like dead last or like one away from the bottom for
2 weeks?
For 2 weeks, yeah. No, it was Ontario for a while, and then it was them for a second.
I thought Ontario was up towards the top after like week 1 or 2.
Oh yeah, they were. I mean, did anyone really think that a team led by Stav was going to last 9 weeks?
Yeah, I'll give a little inside information that that team was not fun to play for. I played for them for 1 week.
I forgot you spent a week there, dude.
I spent a whole two games there. I was able to squeak out a forfeit win, but it was it was not one of the most pleasurable experiences. Now, give it to Stav. He's trying at least.
Yeah, I mean, I give him the respect. I think he maybe surrounded himself with players that tend to have some cancerous side effects, and I mean, there have been guys that can get guys that are deemed cancer toxic and do really well with them.
Can confirm.
But when you're the management, you're toxic, and that's
exactly that. When it comes from the top, that you're just done. Now you're just dysfunctional.
Yeah, and then nothing against Tommy, but he can be that too, and he's the LA founder. So
yeah, but moving back to as we were talking about the Eagles.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. Here we go. I told you not to stroke the ego, man.
I don't know. They don't really have like any kind of like our team. We don't have like that big name player on that team. They're just figuring out how to win.
We keep fighting. I give it to the boys. They keep fighting regardless.
They're figuring out how to win and at least how to get like overtime. Just take points from every game.
Yeah, I will say this season's going to go for them as Pikachu guy goes.
Just
in our game.
FYI, Eastern North is up 4-0 over the Western Central.
It's over. But so we played the Eagles minus Mike Naughty because he was too scared to play apparently. I'm just giving you a hard time, buddy.
No,
But
I actually I didn't request the game, but I wanted it. But you had a different D pair there.
yeah.
So
But yeah. Through like the first period, the shots were like 9-1 us. The only reason the game was ever close is Pikachu guy playing a bit out of his mind. But that's what you need if you're going to make a playoff push. Sometimes you need a goalie who's going to be able to keep you in a game. And I mean, we get a lag out there in the third, and I think 3 or 4 goals are scored in the third, and they're all just EA garbage. So if you got a goalie that can keep you in it and then just take advantage of your chances,
5-0 Eastern North over the Western Central.
oof, then you're gonna have a good time. But yeah, not if you're the Western Central, Western Pacific, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
they're making a surprise for me.
Another little inside information as Colorado is concerned. What is it? What did we go this week? Believe we went 6-2-1. 2 of those losses we had. Pikachu guy had major internet problems. Lagged out. I believe one of those games was streamed. I have to go find the stream to look at it, but it completely not even in the net while 2 of the game-winning goals are scored. So it really could have been a 7-1-1 week. So.
I mean, these things happen, unfortunately.
No, I mean it happens. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna cry
it's
about
not-
it, but
yeah.
I'm just saying it as a retort
It's not
to
what you
to
wanna
what
see.
Toffoli said. I agree with him. We are playing well, so I give my Colorado boys a shout out and thanks for Toffoli for bringing it up.
I'm just looking forward to week 9, man. Me and you are playing each other twice.
Even Grand Rapid, they're only 4 points out now. Too.
Oh, phenomenal week there.
playoff
What they go
spot.
7-2 or 8-1 maybe.
Grand
One of the
Rapids
two.
going nuts right now.
Look at Binghamton, 1 point out on a 4-win streak, right behind Belleville.
Yeah, Texas really needs to pay attention. Grand Rapids is coming.
Well, Texas, I don't want to say they're washed, but they were getting carried by Malia earlier. He's playing phenomenal to start the year.
Yes, Sleazy, I do play in a WEHL. I talked about it, and I play for Buffalo. You are correct.
No, I think he's making the joke because that's the title of the stream, not like
Oh.
LGAHL All-Stars or anything like that.
Did I forget to change the title to stream?
You very well might have.
Oh,
I think this is going to be
dumbass.
a very interesting last 2 weeks to watch to see where these 4th place ends up.
Oh yeah, and a lot of the divisions too. I think all of them are going to have at least a 2-3 man battle for it, which is always fun to see.
Oh yeah. Who else we got? Lehigh 4.
Yeah,
2
4
games
back
out,
of Providence. The big problem is if they play each other, is the game home or away? Because if it's a home game for Providence, King Lime's playing, and you're gonna have issues if you're Lehigh Valley. But the other way, if Lehigh Valley's the home team, you gotta feel good about your chances.
Yeah. I don't. How many home games do they have this week? Providence. They got.
They play us at home, so I assume that King Lime's playing that one.
Let me see the full schedule. I know they got you guys at home. They have us at home.
See, I don't think King Lime is gonna play you. I would assume, but
They have 4 home games. They have us, Stockton, Bridgeport, and Roadrunners.
yeah. So he plays us, Stockton, and Bridgeport. I would assume if I was a betting boy.
And then they got Utica, Bakersfield, Goals, and Ontario and Colorado. And
That's a
Utica,
tough week.
Bakersfield are going to be very good. The Goals can pull it out.
The goals are so hot and cold, like you don't really know what team you're gonna get.
Yeah, it seems like they're a Madden's line. That's like the only one they have is Madden's.
Yeah, but you build up the lead throughout the season to where a bad week like they had might not totally kill their season.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see these standings.
I got a question for you. You guys think the Americans can make a push? They're only 4 points back behind the Senators, and they had a really decent week.
They can, but I like Binghamton in that division more than I like Rod. Like I think if a team beats the Sens, it's going to be Binghamton taking that spot.
I think you're gonna have to watch out for the Americans to make that push and sneak into the playoffs.
They got some. They picked up some good players. Who they got? They have Fry.
Yeah.
He's a very
Norton,
good
J.
center.
Claus at the deadline made a couple moves and
Got all the 2 seasons and draft picks they could. More power to them.
but Distract has been playing better.
That's gonna be the big thing.
Looks like he figured
off
it out a
year.
little bit, huh? The Birdman seemed to come back to form a little bit. He's still 9-11-3, but looks like he's come back to form a little bit.
Maybe the Calder Cup hangover is finally starting to come off.
Yeah, it looks like they picked up Ginger B. Vitus from. They called him up from the sea. Yeah, is that what happened?
Um, he was sent down, wasn't he? Or I could be crazy on that. There's a lot of gingers.
He's still on roster. But
No, I meant like sent down from the end. There was a ginger in
oh,
the
he
end. I
may
can't
have been.
remember what team
He
he's
may
on.
have been. I'm thinking of a different Ginger then. What they really need is Yeep to finally start playing like the Yeep that everybody thought he was.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that could have been. That's a guy I thought I would see more of in that most overrated forward category. But
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
no,
How about you, Toffoli?
As Yeep,
Yeah, would you agree that he is one of the most overrated forwards?
probably. What's his contract at?
9 million or something
9
like that.
million,
Isn't
yeah.
it?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. What's
yeah.
he?
I mean, it's not low.
9
That's
million.
for sure.
Thirteen
He's
games,
played
24
13
points.
games. He's got 24 points, 17 goals, 7 assists, and he's a minus. He's
Yeah,
plus minus of 0.
yeah.
It's
Uh,
not what you would like out of somebody taking up
but to give an update on
third.
the loser bracket of the All Star game, the Eastern North is up 5-0 over the Western Central.
Cruising.
Really just dominating the game. And we're gonna get back into more some Chell talk with Toffoli and Sunshine. But
Yeah.
yeah,
His
no,
his official record is 21-9-3, and 7 of those are from this season.
yeah. So he's lost most of his games this season, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not really doing anything points wise either for that.
For the money and also for the getting banned and or quitting or whatever he does, that he's got like seasons between when he plays, and it's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but now he's under J clause. He ain't gonna be taking a ban now.
yeah.
No.
But it looks like Dirty Dietrich has had a decent. Is he a call down as well? Send down. He's 6-1, 6-1 with 18 points, 4 goals, and 14 assists, a plus 10 at the center position.
Oh, we got like that. Like a center that can pass the puck around. That's huge.
Yeah.
I never know what Rochester's up to. They kind of do everything like in silence.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's
hear
just the
I hear
J
that's a
clause and
I hear that's a
New York
Milwaukee thing
effect.
Eh,
What's that?
there's a bunch of teams
Losing?
that
that doesn't talk.
Oh,
I'm not talking about talking. They kind of just go about making their moves really.
Yeah.
But yeah, Milwaukee's impossible to get a hold of.
I don't even know if they're alive half the time because I played on a team with Red Pepsi a few seasons ago, and even then, like it'd be like game time in the Discord. He might message someone like once in like a month. Like what?
I think he was super butthurt that he got denied about taking an NHL team.
He's not doing much to help his case, honestly.
No, I think that was a big part of it too. I think he got all mad that he didn't get one.
But I'm going to move the conversation to the Eastern North between the top two teams. Not move it, we were already there. But between Laval, Syracuse, and Utica, these 3 teams have bounced through those top 3 spots all season. But Utica had a really tough week, huh?
Especially after a trade deadline, I thought they did all right with, but I think if anything, it probably just you hurt the chemistry a lot with making some moves. I mean, you got good players back, fair enough, but if the chemistry is not there, it don't really matter how good the players are individually. You know, you're not going to be able to beat a top team 4 out of 7 times.
They were
Yeah,
also saying something about losing like one of their best wingers and him getting caught up and everything too.
Oh, did Vancouver do it? Did they do it to it? That'd be dirty. Let me double
That's the
check.
same thing that happened to Kuda that started his curse in season 6 when their GM got banned and one of their best players got caught up.
I mean, it's just very frustrating to. I understand that the NHL has like priority or whatever you want to call it, but um, the relationship between NHL and AHL, I think, needs to be better.
well, I mean,
Vancouver even
San
doing?
Diego lost Odie, and they were still able to keep trucking.
I mean, where did he go? Did he go up? I
Yeah, he
assume
went up.
that's fine. I mean, I don't think it's terrible.
Highest priced defenseman in AHL bidding, and you lose him, and you don't miss a beat. I mean, they've realistically kept the same record they've had all season. They go what 6-3, 5-4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about that.
I guess we would never know how they'd be if they had that mills to spend in bidding.
Right,
So
exactly.
it's just like the Rockford one with all that money on DDW. It's like, what
Yeah.
happens if they had all that back to spend and bidding?
Yeah, it goes to lead. If you think back to bidding, do you really go that high on somebody, or do you try to put together a
You
team with
bring him
some
back. Sorry, go ahead.
bring a team with some mid-level contracts instead of one high level and all low level.
Okay.
Yeah, you're giving me flashbacks. I don't like this
Oh,
Well,
this discussion.
at least if Vancouver called up their best winger, at least Vancouver's not like just some bottom feeder team that just like did it to fill the roster at least.
I don't see who that would be that they called up. I'm looking at
I
Vancouver's
have
roster,
no
and
idea.
all of them have double-digit games played.
That's what. That's just what was being said.
didn't Odie get called up? Was Odie on San Diego?
No, we're talking about Utica. I was saying that
Oh,
they lost.
oh,
Yeah, but like on this roster, I don't see anybody that has like that little games
No,
to be up there.
I don't. I also don't see anybody that I remember being on Utica.
No, neither do I. So I don't.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
they
not sure on
didn't.
that one.
But
Maybe,
that's what was
maybe it was
said.
an NHL trade. That could be the thing.
I
That
have
would
no
hurt.
idea.
But yeah, speaking on high price players, I do tend to fall in the camp of breaking the bank on one guy is usually not the right choice. But
No,
unfortunately,
unless you
you
got
were
a
led
ton
astray
of
this
draft
season.
picks that you know are super
well,
solid.
yeah, I mean, I won't say led astray. My NHL owner put a bid on without even telling me. I mean, 7.5 on a guy who didn't play. I'm still pretty salted about it.
You sound it, bro.
I'm super upset. I mean, it just you kind of ruined the season before it starts. Here's this giant gap of what you were hoping would be a superstar. Based on what he's telling you, and all of a sudden, yeah, it gets 0 games played out of it. Sick.
Well, Marshall coming through in the clutch in the shout box tells us that he got banned in Vancouver. That's why you don't see him.
Oh,
So
what did he get banned for? What?
I don't. I was just repeating what I seen in the shout box, bro,
That's
or the chat box.
okay.
So yeah, it looks like they're trying to get a player in return for that fact. But the game has 20 seconds left. Eastern North is up 6-0, able to shut out the Western Central Division in the third place game. And yeah, this is
Not ultra close, unfortunately.
no, but I mean, there's 6 goals, so that's something to be said, huh? At least
Yeah,
we're
it was,
seeing
it was
some
fun to
offensive
watch.
production.
Yeah, from one side.
Yeah, so that's the end of it. Coming up at 9 o'clock, we will have the All-Star Final between the Western Pacific and the Eastern Atlantic. Yeah, so there you have it, guys.
Before you head anywhere, though, Toffoli, who's if you had to put it down right now, who's playing for the Calder Cup this season? Who against who?
Let me look real quick. I think Moose and I don't know because I don't know.
That East
I
is
want to say my
stacked at the
team, but I
top,
don't want
man.
to say my team at the same time. I don't want to be that guy.
Well, we'll make it easy for you, and we'll just say excluding your team, just to make it a little more interesting. Can't say San Jose.
I think a good possibility of seeing is Bakersfield and Moose trying to pull out that, and then
The East is so stacked. There's so many good teams.
I'm trying to think. I don't think Providence is going to make it. I just don't see it happening.
I mean, they have King Lime, and it seems to be that's about it as far as that team goes.
Yeah, I don't see it happening for them. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Pelly. To be honest, he made it there last year, so I
Only
don't
if he
think
goes shirtless, man. Only if he goes shirtless.
And spray
I have,
Gatorade all over
I
yourself.
have to give it to Pelly. He always comes up clutch when he needs to.
His teams do really well. His teams seem to do better in the playoffs than they do in the regular season. So if you're doing this good in the regs, let's see what happens come
Yeah,
playoff time.
he wants a Calder too.
Yeah,
I know a
came
lot of
close
people are
last
gonna
year.
say Checkers, but I don't think they're scoring enough.
It's really going to come down to Skyer because he really hasn't been the dominant force he was last year. But if he can find that form again, then yeah, definitely a chance. I mean, he hasn't been bad. I mean, 13,
Yeah,
6,
but
and 1.
that Charlotte team is stacked defensively.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
gotta
they're
score
good
goals.
defensively,
You gotta score goals.
but if you look at the goal differential, they're not like blowing it out as much as you think they would be.
Right. For that record, for how many points they have, for sure.
Yeah. So what are their like? What are their last games? 3-2, 5-2, 0-1 loss, 6-4, 4-3 loss. That's their last five. So at least they put 11, 14, 17 points in the 5 games. Which isn't too bad.
What do you think about Lavelle and that Eastern North?
Let me look. This one with Bond, right?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
Bond's team. I mean, they score.
I think they have a good shot at making it to the finals too. Beaver
Uh,
Claps is sick. Crawling's a good goalie. Casey's really solid on D. Beast, he's nice. I know
Kurt
Senators, he's
Kurt
really
on
good.
defense is not a bad option.
Yeah, that team, they have a good team too.
Yeah.
And the big thing there, Beaver, Kurt, King, and KC, they play together all the time. So I mean, you
Yeah,
got a line that is going to have the most chem probably out of anybody come playoff time.
that's gonna be a hard one. I think I'm actually gonna go with Laval to the finals over Crunch.
It's going to be fun. That man, the East is going to be fun to watch again this season, especially in the playoffs. I mean, I'm sure we'll be covering them a bunch here for games of the playoffs. So
That you picked an Eastern North team over an Eastern Atlantic team blows my mind to fully. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I think the champ's gonna come out of the Eastern Atlantic.
well, I think the problem is it's the third line for me. Why I would probably tend to go towards the Eastern North. Because like the third line for Hershey, they lose some questionable games. And you really can't have that if you're gonna, you know, go deep in the playoffs. I feel like you need your third line to get a win somewhere.
I think
Yeah.
that if you take a look at Laval, their goals for is 225. What's the Checkers? 197. Bears 212. Strand 209 and Providence 188. Their goals against is 132, and that's only what like 17 more than the Checkers. And
Mm-hmm.
they're supposed to be like super good defensively. And then if you look at their differential, theirs is 93. Checkers 82, 80. They have the best goal differential in that whole the whole conference.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you too fully. I see what you're pulling. Um,
I
But
also
when
do.
it comes down to playoffs, at the same time, like the defense is going to win you the game. So it's going
It's
to
true.
be who is going to play the trap better, really.
Or beat the trap better.
Yeah, it's going to be. I don't know. I don't know. Any of those like top four, it can really come down to be
Yeah.
honest.
I mean, I'm looking at Syracuse's roster. I mean, the wings, both sides. I mean, the left side you have Mercer, JoJo Devil, and Jersey Devils. The right side you have Pelly and Ricefield. You have G Campbell, Baba Booey, and G Campbell down the middle. Like they're pretty solid as well all the way through, with some nice defensive pieces as well. A couple good goalies. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be
I
it's gonna
just
be tight. It's gonna be tight.
it's going to be fun to watch. I'm expecting a lot of game sevens through that whole series.
I sure hope so, man. I love Game Sevens. Sweat fest, engaged.
Then it comes down to who's got the West lines and the home advantage to try to.
Yeah, but like,
steal two games, huh?
here's the issue with that. Like, is your West line your top line?
Or are you gonna see West versus West?
But if you're home, you kind of have to try to.
Yeah, but
See,
I mean, but then again, you're gonna be able to dictate West versus West there. I think
No, but
you're gonna lose that
you only have
advantage.
2 hours if you're away to change your line, right? So you see what they put out, and then you determine if they throw out their West, you throw out an East, and if they throw out an East, you throw out your West, right?
Right.
I mean, maybe, but I think in a Game 7, West or East, I think you put out your best players. I don't know, because I mean, the West line helps, but I think when you get to the top end talent, East and West is not going to be the huge deciding factor. Like you can play on West ping, it is possible, as much as everyone hates
I
it.
do it, and it slows you down a little bit. But I mean,
Yeah, I mean
Oh no, it's
it's definitely
doable.
an advantage, but I just think like a Game 7, I don't know if your top line is your West line, there's no question. But if you're thinking second line, but it's a West line in Game 7, that takes some balls, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
well,
we'll have to figure it. We'll have to
as we
watch
roll
that
into
game.
that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch over and we're gonna talk about the power rankings a little bit before we get into this next game. that LG
Yeah.
puts out. You mind sticking around for that, Tovoli, or are you gonna?
I got that SMP at 9. I want to try to get these guys in here so I can go do that real quick.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us.
On short notice.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And good luck to your team in the All Star Final, and good luck at SMP, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Get that
See you
25
guys soon.
points. All right. So, Sunshine, as we go over, we're going to start with, as we normally do, same thing we always do every week. We're going to start with the Who's Hot for forwards. Coming in at the top is Squall 227.
Yep.
And second is Squall 227 with 3-0, 17 points, 9 goals, plus 17. Fit Nasty with 3-0, 18 points, 9 goals, plus 17. And All the Wall from the Penguins going 3-0, 14 points, 6 goals, plus 18. Anybody on that Who's Hot list you want to point out?
I do like Simply Brisky and Fright from Rochester with their trip back to the front, as well as Calvinator and For Days Buddy. A couple of the lower teams, and even WK Boomer in Springfield and WK Smurf. Some of the lower ranking teams still putting competitive lines out and still winning games and
Yeah, but you
and
look
giving
at
it all.
the guy the Americans traded. Keegan is still on that list as well.
Yeah, a lot of the big names traded, and not many of them are appearing here on Who's Hot besides Keegan. So
on that Who's Not list, who do you see that gives you the willies?
I mean, Morrow from my own team played only 2 games because we had a forfeit win in there. Unfortunately, hate to see it.
Almost everybody on this list played only 2 games. There's only,
Yeah, a lot of forfeits, man.
Yeah, 2 guys who played 3 games on this list. I'm really disappointed to see Raging Sloth on this list. I know he's better than that.
Yeah. Nazi Two Face there, manager for San Antonio. You hate to see it.
Yeah, took a big L from me this week. Hate to see it, bro.
Ooh, let me sprinkle this in there.
No, super sweaty game, no doubt about it. Yeah, no, unfortunate for him.
I mean, that's all I got there. I mean, I think it's kind of
straightforward. Everybody's on 2 game weeks. I think that's where that numbers come from.
Yeah.
So who's hot on defense? Coming at number 1 is my boy Big Sleaze with a 3-0 week, 8 points, 0 goals. It was a plus 17 on the week. Loving that West connection, bro. Shout out to Big Sleaze.
I hate the West connection.
Coming in at second from the Syracuse Crunch is Frotz IR, 3-0, 7 points, plus 11. Third is KSE High on Fire, 3-0, 3 points with a plus 8. Notables on this list, CM Deadly making a list after getting moved to the Rain. He made this list while he was on the Rain. So shout out to CM Deadly, bro. Distracted making this list after being ragged upon all season. So good to see you back to form, Distracted. Love to see it.
Also, shout out to the Real Teal. Myself included, thought maybe she was a bit of a flash in the pan. But 3-0 this week for another team, kind of proving that
she's the real Teal.
Stick around. Yeah,
she is the real
enough.
Teal.
I can't say it any better.
Regardless of the team, she's still producing. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. On the Who's Not list,
ouch.
Yeah, a lot of Iowa Wild and a lot of Toronto Marlies on here, so we're going to avoid those guys just because
okay.
We're not going to pick on them.
Did some quick maths. The entirety of Iowa and Toronto's defensive core is on this list. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's you hate to see it, but
the Mad King Woe, he was one of those guys that was like had a crazy record to start the year, if I'm remembering right.
But had 0-3 week and was a -10.
He's had a bit of a rough second half here for sure.
So moving on from there for who's hot for goalie.
Tendy season.
Your top spot goes to IJ Dubs, 1754, 6-0 this week.
Don't get much better, man.
With 1.28 goals against and 89.3 save percentage. Coming in second, of course, Crawling Bacon, 6-0 is himself with a 1.39, 85-2. Doesn't hurt to be on that Laval Rocket team, but he is still something to mess with. Coming in third is Mayers, went 4-0 with a 1.8 goals against and 85.4 save percentage. Jack's Dog is also on this list. No surprise there. Pikachu guy, makes the list 3-2-1. Um, even with all his internet issues, still makes the who's hot on the goalie list.
That's
So
crazy that he made the list. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's probably he faced 89 shots. Is probably what's going to do it for him.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of turds this week.
It's shitter season, man. I'm telling you. I'm
coming
telling you.
coming in at a who's not Malia man.
Yeah, that's the one that stuck out like a sore thumb to me too. Rough week for
Unfortunate.
him.
Hate to see it.
Also, Rask there, right below him. Didn't see
Yeah,
that one coming.
yeah. Two guys who have been on top most of the season had rough weeks. Enraged Fury, unfortunate for him being on the Wild. Both of the Wild goalie are on here, and both of the Toronto goalies are on here.
Yeah, I mean, props to showing up for those guys. I mean, it's not easy to get into a game where you know for the most part that you're playing a top line who's just looking to pad their stats for the year.
Yeah, and they don't show the saves here for the who's not, but I'm sure the numbers or the shots would be insane.
Right.
All right, so there's your player power rankings, and we're gonna move into top thugs, just because I want to talk about it.
Thug.
Changuito. These stats you can't go. There's no 77 pin.
No, it's multiplied by 7.
7. Oh,
I don't know
okay.
why they multiply this stuff, man. It makes no sense to me. So
I don't know either.
So the 70s are all 10s, I think, is how that works.
Yeah, so Changuito makes the list. Eggman, Steve French, the G-Dog, Exodus, Now Yo Dead, Canada 87. Leading the list is, I don't even know how to say his name,
Alex
Rowe, QC. Yeah, Now You're Dead with a 14-7 record making a list is surprising. Exodus with a 14-0-7 record, which is not correct.
Yeah, it would be 2-0-1.
2-0-1. Making a list with 10 penalty minutes. Yeah, so those are your thugs, boys and girls. Moving on to the team rankings.
This one, they're a little bit off because there's been a lot of forfeits.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So you got a lot of teams that it'll read that they've only played 6, 7, or 8 games and they played all 9. And it don't make a lot of sense.
Summer season, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, unfortunately, but things happen.
So at the top of the list,
you all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm trying to do some of the stuff for the game. Give me a second.
I'll take over. Condors 9-0 with 1 forfeit win. 28 goals for, 10 against. PK of 76 is not amazing, but 37.5% power play. Do not go to the box against the Condors. Full stop. The Moose 7-0-1 right behind them. 100% on the PK, 27% on the power play. Like, these power plays this week are a little nutty. Penguins 44% on the power play. The Americans are 32%. The CUDA at 31%. The Rocket at 36%. There's some stinky numbers. The Senators at 35%. I mean, the goals at 41% on the PP. Like, this is, the numbers are getting a little high. But the notables being Rochester Griffins 6-2-1, 7-2 respectively. The Devils, and they get a point here on the Senators in that division. The Rampage on a 4-2-2, really, really awful week for them by their standards. Utica 3-4-2, can't be happy with that. Then you got your bottom feeders that are feeding at the bottom, unfortunately, but not a ton there. As we're approaching the end of the season, and it's really the fight for 4th place in a lot of these divisions, which is carry us over.
I'm gonna move it to my own division. Watching the Roadrunners going 3-4. The Heat
5-4, two forfeits. Those are wins.
Shush, young man.
Those are dubs.
The Heat going 2-6-1, and the Eagles were able to put 6-2-2 this week. I believe we had a forfeit win. No, we didn't have a forfeit. 5-2-2 was our number. So we were able to make a little ground on the Roadrunners and
2 points on us, man.
overtake the Heat. Yeah, overtake the Heat for the 5th spot.
You guys are tied. 60
Bro,
pop.
Don't steal my thunder. You do that again, you're gonna meet righty and lefty. All right.
All right. I want a
but
3-piece combo of fries.
but as much as we talk about that, the real team to look out for was the Condors this week. Just absolutely
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
I mean,
San
they're
Jose
rolling.
looking like studs. Chicago looking real good. Griffins were my most surprising team of the week. Really making a push for Texas to come in. So I'm definitely impressed by John Kenny and boys.
The one thing that surprises me as I'm looking back at the week for Bakersfield, only 2 games were decided by like a wide margin. 4 goals against Colorado, 5 goals against the Gulls.
Yeah, the
Other
4
than
goals
that,
against Colorado was the game I was talking about with Pikachu guy.
yeah. I
Welcome
mean,
to the
other than
show,
that
Paw
though,
Diddy.
like 3-1,
Hey, thanks.
2-1.
Thank you.
We are joined by Paw Diddy, our fearsome compatriot. Welcome to the show.
Slightly after the no, I'm just joking.
No, sorry, man. I had family going out.
We all
No,
got
I'm
things
just
to do.
giving, I'm just giving you a hard time, man.
Don't let Sunshine bother you. I'll beat him up if you ask me to.
Oh,
We play each other twice, man. You want these hands? Come get them.
Find him.
I got them hams. I'm ready.
Paw, you need to sit down, bro. This is not. That's not a.
My man Mike said you don't want this problem, cuz.
But anyway, so welcome to the show, Paw Diddy. You're gonna help us commentate on the All-Star Game final, and we're gonna continue to go over these rankings for another 4 or 5 minutes. If you want to chime in at any time, feel free, Paul.
Got it.
Ontario Reign coming in at 17. Big move up for a last place team as opposed to what the rest of the bottom feeders did. So, their power play was at a paltry 4.8%.
If you're gonna take penalties,
their
those are
penalty
the
kill
guys
was 100%. Just saying, 100% on the penalty kill.
Dang, I don't know if you can see the chat there, Paw, but slight shade being thrown your way by Boog. Says sorry for the West L. That's unfortunate.
The West L.
That's what he says. Did you guys play each other this week?
Obviously, it wasn't that memorable if Paw doesn't remember. So thanks, Boog, for bringing up some non-pertinent information.
I'm scrounging now. I gotta see.
Did I play him? I can't remember.
Let's see.
Or is it just Paw's bad memory? Paw, are you getting old, bro?
I'm getting old.
You guys did play him. They forfeit this week. Is he talking about a previous week?
Oh yeah, it must be that when King Lime beat me that 3 weeks ago.
Oh, dude, get out of here 3 weeks ago, man. What are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
This dude's smoking dog food in here, man. Come on now.
At me, bro. Watch the show 3 weeks ago and then say something.
I was trying to think. I was like, I think they forfeited us, but heck,
I was like, I didn't remember seeing you guys with some crazy game. So
Hey Boog, I know you guys only play home games. I get it.
It's okay. I'm sure they're playing me this week because they're at home.
Oh yeah,
Fine.
They show up for that. Come on now. Can't play them East Side.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean,
It's kryptonite.
What are they gonna do in Game 7 if they get that far? You know.
Try to take on kryptonite, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, they got to make the playoffs. The Phantoms are coming.
Yeah, that's true.
Why are they worried about me? I'm already in the playoffs.
Yeah, but the Phantoms are coming.
He said, "How you gonna hate from outside the club, cuz?"
I don't see the Phantoms catching the Bruins, but
they're only 4 points down, man. I mean,
I know that. I don't see it happening.
Well, here's the kicker: when they play each other for the last time this season in Week 9, Lehigh Valley is the home team.
Oh,
that's a 4-point swing right there.
Spoiler alert.
That's oof. I mean, their schedule is not awful for Lehigh Valley. They play my division or our division, and then
love that
in their own division.
You can't lay claim. I'm just telling you right now. It's all right. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Lay claim to what?
Your division.
I said our division.
I know you corrected yourself, but I'm gonna call you out on it. It's all right.
I mean, you're gonna catch these hands, son.
Oh, here we go.
Come on, dude.
You can talk about hands all you want. We're gonna outscore you. Period.
A good one. We'll see. I
So,
love that. You better play those games, man. I swear on my life. If you don't play those games, I'm gonna be salty.
I can promise you I won't avoid. I'm not a manager. I can't dictate what games I play.
Oh yeah, you can, dude. Only sign up for 4. 2 of them being against me. There
Oh,
you go.
see, that's not the way to go. I have 9-9 availability. It's just the way
Yeah,
I
no.
roll. So, Paul, are you excited about the?
We could play both of you guys.
Yeah,
I'll
we
get
play you
both of
guys.
your hands.
I play you this week, Hershey. Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh,
Man, shout out to the game I'm not playing in. What?
shout out to I'm not playing Mike Naughty,
Yeah, yeah.
but I'm
I
definitely
mean, that
playing.
being said, actually,
Oh, he'll probably send Matt Habs and LG McDonald back at me again.
well, dude, last time we played Hershey, we threw our third
What?
line at them, and they beat you guys.
Yeah. Oh,
Granted, that's
my
but
third
that's how the third line has to play sometimes. Just grease it out. Throw shitters all night. I don't need you to be fancy. Just do your best.
Nope, it's good. We switched up my line and we've been rolling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys got like almost double our points, so
No,
you're rolling.
we are not throwing out math abs against you.
Oh, awesome! I get second line.
Yeah. Well, yeah, depending on now since we switched it up. But second, third line,
He said you previously were not.
no, I previously was third line, but now we might be second line. But just depends. They're both our third line and second line are pretty similar.
Oh, it's fine. You can throw whoever you want at me. I still love you, Paul.
I will correct myself. Providence and Lehigh Valley did play this past week with Providence, the home team, and they did win 4-0 over Lehigh Valley. So there's that too.
So there's that extra 2 points.
Yeah, so it's gonna be greasy though. I like it. There's a lot of good fights here at the end.
Now, Sunshine, are you playing me Monday?
Am I playing? No.
Oh dang! He don't want these hands.
I want these dubs. Ain't no time to be risky for the biscuit. Actually, let me check. I actually haven't looked at the availability yet.
You want your dubs. You don't want your team to have the dubs. I get it.
I want my team to have the dubs, but I also need the availability to be there. Which I don't know about you, but I got a lot of 5 of 9 guys, which is oof.
Oh no, I got 9 of 9 guys.
Oh, my defense is all 9 of 9, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm just happy I get to play Headhunter if he plays.
Yeah, if you want him, man.
I want him. I want all of him and him in his 25 games, 27 saves last game.
Yeah, dude, I mean he's been keeping us in some real games. Nothing but good things to say about him, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he did good that game. Now, when I played him in Saturday Night Puck the last time, he didn't do so well.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, I think we put up 7 goals against him. I think he had shell shock, maybe.
I was pretty upset about the SMP. What was it, 2 weeks ago? We win the first round, and my power goes out for 2 hours after that, and my team loses the next game. I was pretty perturbed.
Hate to see it. That's why they lost. If you're not playing, like, what's the point of even showing up?
Yeah, I was with your boy Headhunter that week. Their Sunshine.
Oh, was it 2 weeks ago? I won. So.
Yeah. You're lucky that my power went out.
I was so lucky. Let me
tell you what.
We were so lucky.
Oh my goodness, dude.
But anyway, as we wait for the All-Star Game final to commence, we're waiting for the stream to go live here. We're gonna ask Pa, who do you really see coming out of the East, aside from Hershey?
Yeah, you can't say yourself.
Obviously. Well, then I only lose one other team. God. It's going to be the Checkers or the Rockets, I think. And I think the Checkers are more deep than the Rockets are. As much as I hate to say it. I mean, I wouldn't pick either.
I'm not huge on the Checkers, man. If I'm being honest. I think they're really good. But I think 7-game series, I don't love their bottom end.
It's going to come down to whose third line can win.
Yeah,
I don't have confidence in the Rockets' third line.
Fair enough. I don't know. It'll be close. I mean, the East is so stacked. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch whoever.
I mean, the Rockets. Whoever gets the number 1 seed in that division is going to have a better chance of making it to the finals. Because that first round between the.
It's basically a bye round.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Paul: do the Griffins catch the Stars?
God, I didn't think they would. But I'm starting to think they are. The Griffins are hot. John got something to prove. He knows how to win. I don't think he'll get out of the whole division, but I think he catches the Stars. I think the Stars are reeling, and they just don't have the offense to compete. And the other team's defense are catching up.
And then I guess my third question is going to be, does Stockton or Colorado catch Tucson in the Western Pacific?
Oh, man. Colorado is hot right now. I don't think they do. I think our division. I mean, it just depends how he's going to do against our division.
Oh, we'll do fine.
Our division's playing your division, so it depends on how they stack up against us and who they go against us. That's tough, but I don't think they do. I think they're a little too late.
I think the Eagles have the best chance for no other reason than we played twice the last week, so potentially they could still be a few points out and be able to swing things quickly with a couple wins in the last week.
Yeah. They do have the best shot, but I just don't see them catching you.
Yeah, I mean Stockton. We played Stockton. The Corn and his line. We played against him. I think we won like 7-3 or something.
I mean, to be honest, anybody in that division can come out of that division to go into that third round. I don't.
Yeah, I mean Bakersfield's looking good. They're getting real hot. But
I don't see the CUDA as like this is for sure a team to come out. I'm saying they should. But I don't.
Yeah,
I can see them getting beat.
Yeah, they're not a team like. I think I can say this. My own division has not looked good all season, and I would have thought that they would be one of those teams where like they got like 115 points, and they're 30 points ahead of the guys in second type of. I
feel like it was like the CUDA last year or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like you got one team just running away with it. They kind of.
That's what confuses me about the whole thing. Is like
they've been doing well, but not enough for me to say.
I mean, they're the worst first place team if you go by each division. I'm like, they should have the most points out of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're definitely the weakest one seed right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's fair to say. But it's also just the weakest division. I mean, that's just an objective fact.
I mean, you guys don't have like the full bottom team like the Marlies, but you don't have like the overall top teams. You have a bunch of like middle teams just beating the crap out of each other.
All right, boys. I got a little update here. I'm gonna ask an opinion. It looks like the Eastern Atlantic team is missing a right wing. So I know all three of us we agreed upon no free contracts for the All-Star game. Do you approve of a GM playing in place just so we don't have a forfeit?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I don't care. We can get the game going already.
Right.
I don't think anyone's going to be salted about it,
All right.
I mean, the GMs are first place teams. Now, if it was like a GM of the last place team,
no, it's fine. I just know that we had an agreement, and
Yeah.
that's the way it works. I don't want to step out of bounds and just make a decision without speaking to you boys.
I do appreciate the ask for sure.
You talking about math?
Yeah.
Sorry, we're not in first place. Let me clarify that we are not in first place.
Oh, geez, you don't want to get burned, do you?
Okay, no, get him out of there. Nope, he's done. Not a first place team. Can't play. Sorry, man.
So I just want to clarify that for the Checkers, the people that are loving the Checkers there, that we are not the first place. Checkers are in first. Just want to clarify.
For now.
Yeah. We did beat them this week. It was nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be this last 2 weeks are gonna be so sweaty, but like, I mean, the big focus will be on the fourth place teams, but a lot of these teams, the 1 and 2 seed, I mean, they're pretty close. 4 points for you, 4 points for Syracuse. Manitoba is the only team. 6 points is not huge, but
I think we play the Checkers one more time.
You should. Yeah, we got one more week of in division. Let me check your schedule real quick.
Yeah, it's the last week of the season, isn't it?
No. Yeah.
You play the Checkers one more time.
Good.
At home.
I think we've only played like the Marlies once. I feel like we've only played the Marlies once.
You played them in the last week too, so that's.
Good. Okay, there's 2.
Yeah, free win.
I was supposed to play the Marlies a few times. I think they forfeited both times I was supposed to play them.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Man.
I'm happy they're playing now.
Yeah, I'm counting it as a win, but I guess
Yeah,
we can't.
yeah, it's not like
it's
I said.
a trap.
The other week, excuse me, LG no longer counts that as a win for the player, so it doesn't.
No, but it doesn't count them as a loss either. So.
No, which is I mean I like it that way, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
So.
Okay, so we had Toffoli on earlier.
Oh, my buddy.
Yeah, I was hoping you would get back here before that happened, but
I know.
So hypothetical question: you're in a game 7, right? Do you throw out your west line or your top line?
Am I
If
home
you're the
or
home
away?
team, you're the
Am I
home
home?
team.
I'm throwing out my top line.
So that's what I thought, but he was thinking maybe you throw the Westies, and I get it, but I'm like, game 7, I want to just throw the 6 best players I got at it, you know?
Yeah, I'm not going down. I guess it depends
I
on
think,
what less.
yeah.
If you have like a good West line, like King's line or something like that. Yeah,
Oh, sure,
okay.
yeah, that's your top line. But I mean, if
But
there's like, let's say your West line's your second line, are you taking the risk throwing the second line out there?
No,
Or-
I'm losing with my top players.
So let me ask you this: if it's Providence versus Utica, do you throw both West lines together for Game 7?
No, I don't think that. No.
I don't want to play
Why-
King Lime on West. Period.
Wait, now if King, see that's tough. If you know Providence is going to throw King the way, so you got to go with your West line. Just go West versus West. Otherwise,
You're
you-
gonna
Well,
get
no, he would be the away team, so you could East him.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
the thing.
So
East him.
if I was the Comets playing at home, I would throw Jets line or whatever their first line is, and keep King off there, at least off his West connection.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's gonna be the thing. Like, all these points and wins, they look good in the regular season, but come Game 7,
Well,
if you're playing on the East Coast, that
so-
don't mean much.
I'm going to bring it back up just because I want to dig into it. Sunshine and I, while you weren't here, Pod Diddy, because you were doing your family thing.
Having a life,
You
what
know,
a nerd.
what is that? We had a discussion about King Lime. So I had given props because score, what is it, 80 goals? 60 goals?
80, I think.
80
I don't know,
goals
one of the two.
in one
Something
season,
stupid.
regardless whether it's West or not,
78.
is still a feat.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's not a feat. I'm saying not only are you playing only the West games, but it's not like he's constantly playing the best teams in every division. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
He's
just,
playing the third liners at it.
yeah, like,
I mean,
So-
he
so
is
what-
a good
what-
player,
what
so he
you're-
is capable of it. But you keep throwing crap guys at him. Usually,
I mean,
yes,
Yeah.
he has faced some good lines.
Toronto, Texas, Milwaukee,
Yeah,
Bridgeport, Springfield, Colorado Eagles when they were at the bottom. They lose to Ontario, who's at the bottom. The Gulls have never been super great.
whether they're good or really
The
bad.
Cleveland Monsters, Iowa Wild, Hartford Wolfpack.
Wow, that's scrub hunt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scrub hunting plus West, you know, like, because you're not going to play anybody, like, you know, no one's going to play it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Here,
Here-
you're West. You're getting
Here I am
Wested
giving
by
props.
third line.
Here I am giving props, and I just get made look like an idiot.
He is a good player can do that to bad teams.
well, yeah, like
So
I'll be
he
honest,
is a
we
good
play him.
player. Yeah.
We play Providence this week at Providence, and already pretty much everyone on my team said if King Lime's in the game, they're not going to play. Like, no one wants to play that. It's just not fun. Like,
I'll play it. I'm not scared of him.
I don't
It's
have
fun.
it.
It's
Well,
fun.
I don't have anybody even close to
No.
West.
You think he's trade me for a game? I'll do it.
Yeah, dude, bet I'll play with you. I'm in Detroit. I'm close enough to where I'm not too bad on West connections.
Yeah.
So make it
I
happen.
mean, yeah, I'm good.
It's not that I don't like him, because he played last season. He played without being West all the time, and he had a pretty good season. Like,
He's a good player, but if you get a good player like that versus on a West his connection that's got the best,
Yeah.
then you feed him third lines constantly by crap
Yeah.
teams.
well, it's kind of the same argument that was made of John Kenny for a few seasons of he's scoring all these points playing bad teams. Is it that big a deal? And I think it's kind of the same argument being had here, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's the same argument.
And like, don't get me wrong, like I've played bottom feeder teams that everyone does throughout the course of the season, but like you're playing them, you're westing them. It's just like, I don't know. It's
Considering he's their top line, so I mean,
yeah, it's just, I don't know. It seems, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the whole westing people thing. So
But
I mean, it is what it
they
is.
made a trade this week as well. Shaggy for, who did they trade Shaggy for, or get Shaggy for? I'll have to look back in the trades. My old memory. Let me pull it up here. That was. Say again, Sunshine.
Oh no, you're good. I was gonna talk while you were trying to find the
By all
trade.
means.
What are your thoughts on the beta so far, Paul?
I played it. I've only got a couple games in. I played it earlier today.
All right, quick snap reaction. How you thinking?
The goal. I'd hate to be a goalie.
Big facts. Big facts.
Passes are really horrible. If you're
See,
using hybrid controllers, you do. It's hard to get that hard pass. It's all that soft 5 mile per hour pass.
Yeah. See, I kind of like a lot of
Yeah.
the changes, especially with like it just seems a lot more skill based. It's body position, the speed and angle you're going at, your players' stats as far as awareness on,
And
what
some,
explosive
I,
pickups they can get.
yeah, I get that accuracy and stuff, but like if I'm hitting the pass button and I'm hitting it hard, I at least pass it hard. It might not be accurate, but at least it's hard. It's when you're tapping it, it's like going like it's the slowest pass in the world. It's like
Yeah, I always wish there was like a way to do a firm one touch. Like give me something a little bit more. Like give me another button to hit or something. Like maybe hit R1 and R2 at the same time. We'll give you like a quick one touch.
Well, just to give you guys an update, looks like we're getting into the dressing room, and we're gonna start this game here.
Before we
That's
start
good.
though, Paw, the EA story is that this build is from like 6 or 8 weeks ago that they released for the beta. So
I mean, they're still working on stuff. They just want to see how the game.
yeah. So I gave the benefit of the doubt of they probably worked on the player, like the skating and shooting and stuff before they worked on a lot of the goalies, I would assume. So maybe they're just
I mean, I hope they work on the goalies because you're gonna see a lot of goalies just coming out. It is horrible.
I mean, you'll have to rewrite the record books if the game stays how it is. I mean,
So,
putting up some points.
I mean,
Here
if
we
you
go.
slap it from the D, it hits off the blocker and goes out. These games are gonna take forever.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
I hate to interrupt your boys on the beta, but we have a puck drop in the East vs West All-Star game.
Ooh.
So we are on our way.
Are you seeing the carnage out here, bud? Like, hello? That's how I like to start a game off right there.
Eastern Atlantic with a cross crease, and I'm unable to know who's on that right side. We were unable to get the lineups into the system, but unable to stuff it. And Paul Diddy probably knows better who's on this Eastern Atlantic team than Mike Naughty does. But Western Pacific is in the zone, holding possession down below the net. And what a save!
Get there. Oh my goodness, you're a little ahead of me this time, but hello, that was something.
Is that for Eastern Atlantic? Is that who's in net for Eastern Atlantic?
It's probably Glax again, huh? Oh, it might be Headhunter actually.
Eastern Atlantic?
No, Eastern Atlantic. No, is it Jack?
Let
me look.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it should be Jack's, I think.
Sorry, I just got it open.
But anyway, while we do that, Eastern Atlantic scores with a ripper from the bottom of the right-hand circle.
Whoa, that was a nice pass, nice berry.
I think you're ahead of me.
And that's Matt Habs with the goal from the bottom of the right circle.
Oh, manager interference, does that even count?
If I can see the player ID back there, then I can tell you about.
It's I Kill You is a net for Eastern Atlantic.
Okay, so Jax couldn't make it.
Yeah. Well, no, I believe it was they had to alternate because 2 games in the All-Star, both guys get a chance to play.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they gave Jax for the playing game and I Kill Yous for the title.
Jax had a phenomenal game in that first one too.
Jax is a beast, man. Let me tell you.
He was
Matt
the only
Habs
reason
with
they won
another
that game.
gift, an own goal from Western Pacific as Grizz Nectar puts it in his own net.
Poor Headhunter is not having the greatest of
Headhunter,
starts.
shell shock coming through.
Western Pacific coming in his zone looking to establish something, and ill-advised pass from right wing right to the defenseman. I don't know why you do that. Oh,
It's bold
bounce in the
strategy,
net.
but it's all calculated.
I kill you. I don't know how he was able to track that puck. It bounced off a stick and a skate, and he was still able to track it into his pad. I don't envy goalies in this game. I don't.
I don't envy goalies in 20. 19.
Not right now.
Bad.
Yeah, 19 looks like really good for goalies instead of 20 right now.
Yeah.
Well, they changed a lot for the goalies, so I imagine they're going to have to rework some of these animations and see what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, I think they. I'm just gonna go with they upgraded the players and they haven't gotten around to fixing
Big toe drag
the goalies.
Big toe drag goes back to the defenseman, and defenseman doesn't shoot. He passes back down. Now he shoots. Puck doesn't get through.
Big fake clap. I mean, the East here is just absolutely dominating right now. which is kind of what we saw earlier with the West. They were hemmed in their own zone for a long time, but they just buried the few
Yeah, but
chances
West
they
Central
had.
was unable to put pucks in the net.
That's even in the second. Yeah, they scored 1 goal in 2 games.
You're not going to be you're not going to have the same result if you let Eastern Atlantic do that to you.
No, you will not. You are going to get owned.
Yeah, if you let them play in your own zone, you're going to eventually they're going to find the soft spot and they're going to exploit it.
Yeah, Math Habs will eat that up. He will. He's a quick scorer.
He's got 2 already.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe a third off the interception here.
Failed wrap. They go back to the slot and it's deflected out of the zone. And this is going to be near the end. We're going to have a offensive zone for Eastern Atlantic. Oh no, we're not. I thought that was an icing. Now it's icing.
He's lucky he couldn't get that shot off that rebound.
So 1.5 seconds left in the second. Eastern Atlantic up to nothing. Western Pacific. What is that? Julian on lefty for them.
Rico.
Yeah, Rico on lefty and Grizz Nectar on right. Yeah, they need to do something else. They outpossessed Eastern Atlantic 214 to 144, but they had the same amount of shots.
The shots there for the Eastern Atlantic were much better as well.
You got Matador's Dana on lefty. I see that.
Oof. It's a pretty good player. May have heard of him.
Yeah, once or twice.
He didn't have the best week again, but
I mean, you'd rather have rough weeks in 6, 7, and 8 than in the playoffs, right?
Hey, Paul, can I ask you a personal question?
Yep.
How'd Abrams do?
3-0, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's who you traded for me, right?
Yep.
Yeah. How'd I do?
I don't know.
Oh.
He didn't play Sunshine, so doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Did you go 3-0?
I went 3-0 as well.
Did you beat Pelly?
I did not beat Pelly. I beat Nazi Two-Face, though. Does that count?
Oh, we beat them too, but we played them a couple weeks. No, Pelly's on a different level than Nazi. Come on.
All right.
Syracuse had a rough middle of the week, though, eh?
Yeah, Pelly only has 2 losses on the season.
Okay.
Technically 3 if you want to count that overtime.
I'm just saying.
His only losses were to the Checkers, Bears, and Rockets, I believe.
I was kind of happy to see Pelly's reactions on the manager's chat when he's talking about I may never win another game.
Eastern Atlantic goes up 3-0 with Skyer putting one top left cheese from the slot. Headhunter's getting eaten alive right now.
This one is getting out of hand a little.
He's got no defensive support whatsoever.
He's got to save that, though. That wasn't even a shot there, and it was like...
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a 1-T, but I mean...
Yeah. You want your goalie to save it as much as possible.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to not allow those, but yeah.
Yeah, the center got caught chasing the winger down into the side of the net.
Yeah.
Should have stayed high in the slot.
Yeah, but that defense also has got to pick up knowing that nobody else is there.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Oh, that was a shorty. Hello?
Yeah.
How do you allow that shorthanded, boys?
Eastern Atlantic up 3-0 over the Western Pacific as we get.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There was no winger there, so your center's going down just in case your D-man gets beat, and you expect that D-man to step up, knowing that there ain't nobody there. But if you're not used to playing with each other, those things won't happen.
Man, I'll tell you what, Mike, our division not looking great early on.
No.
It's okay.
Not at all.
I don't want to hear from you right now, bud. You're the other team.
Math Habs on a 1-on-2 and went over the same shoulder that Skyer went. You can't blame the defense on that one.
Nope, that's a goalie.
Yeah. Sorry,
Headhunter. Sorry, buddy. This is your beatdown. I know what it is. Don't play him on Saturdays.
Yeah, you're you might be onto something there, buddy.
It's not casino.
He is not lucky. He is not lucky on Saturdays.
Yeah, I'll take him being bad on Saturdays rather than like Tuesdays or something.
Yeah, agreed. I would definitely agree with that.
To be honest, I hope he's bad Mondays.
Nah,
specifically this Monday.
No, we need wins. And we got these Eagles creeping up on us, and they got a pretty easy week coming up.
Easy
what?
week.
They're playing us.
I was just
Oh,
saying
yeah,
we
I
played the Eastern
Yeah, but they also
Atlantic.
play like Milwaukee and Toronto as well as you guys. We just play you guys.
Oh.
So, do you guys think the Western Pacific's going to answer back here at all, or are they just going to lay down?
No,
They're going to try to here.
Who's their right D?
Grizz Nectar.
Okay. I mean,
Another
Matt's-
former center.
Matt's pretty much shut down. He can be if he's playing right. I mean, they looks like they just can't get anything in the inside.
Big
gotta be
turnover by Math Habs, but then they give it right back to him.
It's got to be shitter season. Just get something at the net here. Anything.
Oh, and you don't do that. Oh. As the last man back, you don't play with the puck right at your blue line when nobody's behind you.
A nice recovery though. Yeah, another turnover.
Oh, how's that not a PIM? I guess he hit the puck first, huh? Oh, what a hit! There's at least maybe trying to motivate his team. He lays the wood. Oh,
Do it
looks
again.
like
I want
Headhunter
some
had
more.
trouble with that one, huh? That was a shot.
Whoa, yeah,
Blue
whoa.
line.
That was a little close for comfort.
It's 2 big hits. They're bringing down the boom right now. It's the only thing they got.
You got to change the momentum somehow.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Sunshine, we're right there.
I mean, too bad it's not like real hockey where you start beating them down, but
Uh-oh. Dun, da, da, da. A chance here. Swing the momentum. Get this power play goal, boys. Come on.
Yeah.
or shorthanded.
Yeah.
Shh. I don't want to hear from you.
Oh, you
I
passed that
thought I
again.
made that clear.
You go that one extra step in making that third pass, and it's a 4-1 game. Oh. and Pigeon, or I'm sorry, Falcon is able to
Say it ain't so.
throw one from behind the goal line off the back of Headhunter and into the net.
My man is shooting from Alaska.
Did I say shorthanded goal? Did I
I don't want to hear from you still.
You did.
All right.
You did.
Now I got to
two.
play you Monday. Now this is happening.
2 shorthanded goals. Headhunter cannot play Saturdays. Confirmed. Maybe he should be.
boy.
Maybe he shouldn't be middle sitting.
Oh.
Tell him to pick up his controller.
I'm gonna Discord him now. See what he says.
Sure, he'll read it.
He's not doing much else back there, right?
Stop it.
Hey,
Stop
he's probably getting ready for this week. It's the only thing you can hope for.
No,
Man,
but
shout out to 11-0 on the faceoffs. Holy.
kudos to these guys playing on a Saturday. We understand the availability stunk, and it's really not a great time to play. But I give shout out to all these guys who showed up and played. So thank you, boys, for giving us some entertainment on a Saturday night. Nobody else. I'm the only one who's appreciative. You guys can all bite a big chode for all I care.
No, I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative of this game. I love watching our division beat up a certain somebody's division.
Yeah, I mean it's always. I love the All-Star game. You get a bunch of some of the top players in the league come together to get a game. Guys who typically don't play together.
They're having fun. Our right D just said this is fun.
I'm having a blast. I mean, not embarrassed at all by my division showing.
Hey, they made it to the finals.
Yeah, I mean it's my division too. I don't lay claim to any division as I've played in several different divisions this season, or 2 different divisions this season.
I would say you only played in the 2, but you played on what,
4 different
three
teams.
different
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just been.
I mean, you can't really say you played on my team. You just were there.
Yeah,
for
it's true.
I did play for your team in practice.
Whoa,
Shut up.
whoa, practice.
Shut up.
I'm talking about games. We talking about practice here?
Playoffs. Are we talking about playoffs? No, but
the Colorado Eagles aren't.
Yeah, not you guys.
And it's
I mean,
6-0 Eastern Atlantic. Where was this team the last game?
I don't know, man.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
The last time they played was rough.
Math Habs wasn't playing. That's what happened.
Oh yeah, it's a forfeit. Our division wins. Math Habs cheated.
No.
I'm
The
just giving you
Falcon
a
and
hard time.
I don't know. Did the Falcon and Skyrim
He
play
did.
last game?
Yeah, they
Falcon
did.
and
They
Skyrim
didn't do
played,
much.
Yeah, with Grammy
Yeah.
hands for that matter.
Yeah, they were not looking great. Maybe that was a well.
Did they have Matador Data? I don't think Matt was in the game
No,
either.
they had Thrice and Deloche.
Yeah.
That being said, though, the team that they beat what was it, 2-1 or 3-2 maybe. They went on to win like what 6-0 against
against the Western Central.
Here comes the beatdown.
I mean, here comes, dude. It's already here. It's 6-0, dude.
Yeah,
What?
he put that goal on replay. We get to watch it. Hits off the skate of Headhunter and it goes in.
Talking
That
about
was-
The one from behind the goal line.
You think anybody's gonna quit out?
Yes.
First one to quit, call it.
Headhunter.
I hope not, because that'll end the game.
I don't think Headhunter quits.
No.
No, I don't put it past Grizz though. He doesn't like playing on East Connection.
Cox, the center, is going to be the first, because I believe that's his second face-off win, and probably not fun to play in a game like this. Who you got, Paul? Who's
Another
out?
penalty by Western Pacific.
I'm gonna go with the right winger,
Mystery Man number 7.
whatever his name is.
7-0.
Stop it! I said the number 7, and I blew it.
Matt Habs with the Hattie.
I mean, you gotta watch your sticks.
Who agreed to let this guy play?
It was an emergency.
No one.
Oh my
That was
goodness.
a unilateral decision that's not allowed under the current rules.
Well, he's having a good year.
Yeah, he is.
No, yeah.
No.
If there was no rule for no free contracts, he would have made it, no doubt. Right?
I believe he mentioned to me that he's made it to the All-Star game every season he's played LG.
Well, I mean, he's played nothing but the top teams. So I mean,
Yeah.
for the wins he's putting up, he might not be putting up. I mean, he's put up a lot of points, but
I would say he's putting up pretty solid numbers as well. Like I
Yeah.
said,
I mean-
if the rule against the free contracts wasn't there, then he would have been there for sure.
he's beaten all the top teams. So what do you want?
I'm not complaining about it. I just said he made
I
it
know.
every year he's in the LG.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Like, if anybody complains, I'm like, dude, he's beaten all the top teams. The only team he hasn't beaten is the CUDA because my line played him and we beat him.
Another penalty.
Yeah, San Jose's back in the box. It looks like
Sinbin, baby.
Dude, now the question becomes: is double digits the thing that we see?
I mean, I feel like this might be it. Every time I'm part of these games, they're double digits.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was at least that one
game-
was a little more entertaining to watch because I didn't really have a stake in it, you know.
Oh, what's going on with he quit?
no, he just checked his messages evidently or something of that matter.
Pretty elite.
He's in the box, so you guys.
Yeah. Time to check my phone, see what's going on.
What stream are you guys watching? I'm watching Matt's stream.
Speak of Noodle is who
I'm speaking of new. Maybe I should watch my boy Matt.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit more fun because I get to role play that I'm rooting for the team.
Well, everybody else that is watching Speak of Noodle, by the way, as well. So.
You can watch Matt. That's my boy.
Uh oh. Nope. Nothing doing. That was ill-advised. Heads up. I thought that was going to be a little bit of a bigger impact.
Typical of East Atlantic offenses, they look for the fast breakout and look to burn you on defense.
Mm-hmm. All quick, baby.
Nice hit.
That's how you should do it. You don't let them set up.
As
If
opposed
you
to
let him set up, you did.
when I play in a Western Conference, it's a lot of setup. It's a lot of behind the net play. It's a lot of.
Yep.
And it's crazy how that works out because typically that only happens in real hockey or whatever, but it's worked its way into LG that way as well.
I mean, it's nice to set up, but if you're gonna.
But then they're setting up the trap.
Yeah, you're gonna get slowed down, so you're gonna come in, and it's just gonna be a grinded out game.
It's gonna be different on 19 though. The smooth passing.
On
you
20,
can
you
break
mean?
the trap real quick. Yeah, sure. 20. Whatever.
Guess it depends.
Lobby
on if you
Simulator 55.
depends if you can actually hit an accurate pass, though.
I have not had an issue with passing at all, honestly. Oh,
Yeah,
are you-
neither
oh
have
my
I,
goodness.
for that matter.
Hello?
Pa.
That almost went in. Someone help me.
I know, I seen that. You say you
But
use
then again, like, I play
hybrid
on-
controls, Pa?
Yeah, I do.
I just use the skill stick controls.
No, Matador Dana uses the hybrid too.
So I have no issues with making the
What's
passes
your
harder.
what's your pass assist at?
I didn't change it on the new controls, but
That
still,
might be the one.
when you tap it, like it's like you're. I mean, I know, understand your guys. It's like you tap it, it's like slow, low pass.
Yeah.
Little flick. It does it sometimes randomly,
Oh, I see.
and sometimes it'll be like perfect, and sometimes like you hit it to go for like a stretch pass that's perfect, and it's just like a little. Like 5 mile per hour pass, and we're like, what the? It's almost unusable right now.
Spoiler
I
alert,
know.
8-0. The Pigeon scores again.
I will say though, again, I'm hoping that it's just an issue from the beta that we won't see in the actual
Yeah.
game. I feel like that's a easy fix, but
Sky
I
Ray to
don't know.
Falcon, baby.
Yep. So Falcon has a Hattie, Matt has a Hattie, Skyer has 2 goals.
Line Hattie incoming.
I feel like we're Oprah. You get a hat trick. You get a hat trick.
Oh, your goalie covers, dude. What are you doing, bud?
I
Play it
know.
out, eh?
It's what is it, 8-0?
It's 8-0. This guy's like, I gotta preserve
And
the
IKLU's
shutty.
covering it.
Hey man, he wants to
shut
shut
out.
out.
Get out of here. I'm jinxing it. Shut out, shut out, shut out. Come on, boys. Put one in for me. It's the guy's first save since like the first period.
That's a big force by Cox across the crease.
They don't know
yeah.
it, but if Sunshine his team loses, he buys us all beer and hot dogs.
Yeah, we're waiting.
We should have made that bet. I would have been moving on this already.
Uh-huh.
We should have done something, honestly. Actually,
Yeah.
I would have
Falcon
Thinking
scores again.
about it. Then again, I didn't want to steal your money. So.
It is 9-0.
Oh my
God,
goodness!
I would have had double because you guys are in the same division.
No, I didn't make the bet.
I'm just saying
You would have made the bet though.
No, the bet I would have made is I don't want run naked down the street, but that's just and then have
Oh,
to
nobody-
film
run
it
naked on the
Instagram.
street, streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, streaming
Yeah,
on Twitch.
immediately banned.
One,
streaking.
nobody wants to see that. 2, you're gonna get banned.
Yeah.
And 3, you might be in jail. So
Dude,
That's all right.
lucky?
Sunshine will bail me out.
Yeah, dude, we're fine. I got him.
Okay.
Oh, the clap play while up by 9. Here we go.
Yeah. Wait for the 30-second mark, and Math will call a timeout.
Please do. I'm gonna die laughing if he does.
Typical Math move.
That's big dick energy.
Whoa! He doesn't do that.
Oh my goodness! Never has he done that when he's leading by more than 3 goals. Will we call a timeout with 30 seconds left?
I've never seen it.
Lies.
And I can't confirm he actually did it because he doesn't stream.
Big save.
but I've played with him when he does it, and I stream.
Pixar didn't happen.
And my
Pixar
streams
didn't
are
happen.
archived, so I can go back through and find it.
Pix, man.
Do you have the voice on there saying he did it though? Doesn't tell you.
No.
True.
Unfortunately, I don't. Only one time have I left the voice on during a game, and that was when I played for the Ontario Reign.
Oof.
Yeah. So
Who
you guys want
play
to
with there? Like who was your line mates? I'm
Stav,
curious.
Stav, and
Oh, that's why you lost your playing with Stav. Guy don't pass.
if you want some entertainment, go back and listen to that game.
Yeah, me and Stav have a little bit of pass there.
No, it's fine. But it was just an entertaining game. That
he didn't like me throwing out his 8 goals on the season stat.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like you pulling up my stats either, to be honest.
It also wasn't nice when we were up 5-1 and lost the game 6-5. So.
But he says he's a D-man. He's an actual D-man, but I would think an NHL D-man would be better down here at a forward.
Didn't he play forward in the NHL?
No, I think at least I seen the stats. I hope he played D. I didn't actually look at
Dude,
it.
I'm looking it up now. Hello.
I'm sorry, boys, but I lost the stream. Looks like Noodle Boy quit out.
Oh, we lost. Dang it.
Wait. 2, 1. Oh, he blew it. They had a chance for 10, and he blew it.
Was Noodle Boy left wing?
Yeah, he was left wing on the Western Pacific.
I took right wing.
Yeah, I took the center.
And I took right D, so we all lost.
Dang it.
Oh, the right wing was Sabu. Rise again.
Sabu rise again. So there we have it, ladies and gents.
Top division, baby.
There was your All-Star game. Your winners are the Eastern Atlantic by a score of 9-0 over the Western Pacific. Yeah.
Can I steal the spotlight for a quick second?
By all means, Sunshine.
This goes out to Paul Diddy. Stavio played forward in the NHL.
Yeah, okay.
You got to go look at his numbers in A.
Did he? Jeez. Did he actually play forward, or was he just playing with one hand?
I don't know.
I thought those numbers were defense.
I thought they were too, and I was like, that's actually not so bad. But nope, forward stats.
Wow. Kid runs his mouth like he's good. Stav, shut up. Go to CHL or quit. Go to Xbox, whatever you're doing. Do your team a favor. 8 goals as a forward is an embarrassment. And in that division.
Remember when he made the management ranking, ranked himself like number 8?
Yeah.
That was hurtful.
You're talking about a kid that has an ego. He's 19. He's a snowflake.
All right.
Guys, only 8 goals. Come on, man.
My man said you're one ply, bud.
There's CHL people that have more than 8 goals up here playing in AHL, and they're ECU.
I had 6 goals from the defensive position last season. Just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
You
And I'm terrible. So
You're only 2 away from him. Yeah. Kid
Yeah.
runs his mouth like he's good. Sorry. That's my shout out of the week.
there you go. Thanks everybody for tuning in for the All-Star games. Again, your winner was Eastern Atlantic by a score of 9-0 over the Western Pacific. So, Paul, you had your shout out. Do you have anything else you want to talk about other than that?
No, I mean, I expected this to happen, just based off the division players. Skyrie and Falcon are really good. Or the Pigeon, whatever you want to call them.
That's just my name. That's my name for him.
You throw Matt Habs out there with Matador Dana back there.
Yeah, it was fortunate for the Eastern Atlantic that they had a no-show on the right wing.
Yeah.
But regardless, Matt Habs deserved to get an All-Star shout.
I still love my boy Rico on your guys' team. I'm sorry, Rico. Headhunter can't play
but
Saturdays.
Congratulations to the Western Pacific players as well for making the All-Star game and making it all the way to the finals.
I got getting the win.
Well, congratulations to all of them making the All-Star game and playing. Appreciate
Correct. Yeah. So Sunshine.
Big shout out to the All-Star GMs, huh?
Yeah. Dowdy, Exodus, Matt Habs, and Toffoli.
User.
Thanks for all the works you guys put in this week trying to get this together. Thanks.
Don't forget about User.
Our User as well, and also Paw Diddy, Sunshine. Thanks for all the work you guys put in this week to get it together. It wasn't easy, but we got everybody together to get these games together.
Yep.
Sunshine, you got anything else?
I'm all good, my man.
This has been Mike Naughty, Sunshine, and Paw Diddy for Eastbound and Chell. Tune in. Sunshine, you available tomorrow? I didn't even ask. We didn't talk about this.
You damn right.
Paw, you available tomorrow?
Yep.
So we're going to do an early show tomorrow, re-go over some of the stuff we went over, and maybe do some more smack talk and just general shenanigans. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Because I know everybody's got games tomorrow. So we'll try to get the show in before everybody got the games. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow.